Why would you be banned? Did you kill his favorite animal or something? Hello guys. How you doing? You had a disagreement on Discord? Check general. General. Check in Discord, something I rarely do. Okay, let me check. Intriguing. Welcome. Welcome. How you doing, boys? What did you do today? Not enough USB controller resources. Oh, that's nice. Oh, I've been tagged several times. Asking Bump Simulator. Oh, he was just fucking around. Somebody else tagged me somewhere else. What is this? Oh my god, they got Grisha.
Ебать ты малый матовый пиздец. Пленный, блядь, ЧВК Вагнер. 20 лет, ребеночек, блядь, пиздец.
Oh my god, Grisha down bad, guys. All right, what do we have? Guys, I made a sandwich today. I tried like, it was a high effort sandwich, guys. I even made my own mushroom sauce. I know, we'll get to it. We'll get to that. I tried to repeat the sandwich that I had in the restaurant the other day. I believe they had a mushroom sauce, but now that I remember, maybe it was like, well, mushroom sauce, but not exactly what I made. I think I made just like a classic one with wine and cream. It was good though. It was good. A process and tasting is gonna be posted on Patreon soon, because I have to like splice the video. So tune into my Patreon, guys. Don't ignore it. Don't ignore my Patreon, okay? There's content there, guys. Listen, as a new subscriber, when you subscribe, you get access to everything that's been posted there before, you know? It's like a lot of content right away. But you're missing out because a lot of it is topical, right? So you gotta subscribe now. Can I recognize this voice?
It's Drillin' Finna Be with your boy DJ Sexy Lex. Good morning, good morning. Got your first entertainment news report. This story is
It's
kinda
him?
crazy, man. Bus driver refused to let kids off bus. This story actually happened a couple of days ago, and I think it went down in Dallas. Shout out to my homegirl Shantae. She originally
Is it him? Is it the guy?
sent me this video right here where you can't really make out what's going on. You see kids kind of hopping out the
Damn, dude.
window of the bus. The bus driver won't open it.
Is it really him? Is this his fucking... What the what is this, bro? What? What the fuck? Okay, what is this?
I want to know one thing. Where the pretty women at? Oh my God, I got to know. I gotta know. When I come in your town, yeah. I got one question, ooh, just one to the lead. Which one of you gotta know?
Okay. All right, guys. What do we have? What do we have? Okay, what do we have today? A lot of news. A lot of news, good and bad. Or just generally a lot of news. Okay, let me open up my stuff. Close some other stuff because you know. All right. Okay. I have a funny article I want to read on stream. I think it's gonna be funny. Okay, where is it? Where's the beginning? Beginning of today's news. Guys, are you ready? I'm about to read it. I'm about to read the news. Exclusief Emmanuel Macron neuscompetitors. No. Not today. In the process of learning French. Maybe I'll learn it one day. Russia geopolitically already lost the war against Ukraine and is now turning into a vassal state of China, says Macron. He said that Russia has effectively became subordinate to China and also lost its critically important free hand in the Baltic Sea due to the fact that the Kremlin actions forced Sweden and Finland to decide to join NATO.
Le voir.
2 years ago, this was unimaginable, but today it is already a geopolitical defeat, Macron said. He added that Russia should not win the war in the military dimension and that Europe should help Ukrainians prepare a counteroffensive. Grisha captured in Ukraine? Yeah, I already showed that. That was funny. I should hit DJ Sexy Lex for some sound bites. I'll think about it. It's not that I earn a lot of money either, so I don't know. The Washington Post removed the fragment from Zelensky interview about alleged contacts between Budanov and Prigozhin. The newspaper asked the president about the connections of the wanker PMC leader with Ukrainian intelligence and then deleted this part of the interview. Zelensky told reporters that Washington Post publishes some information that does not help our state, he says. That's why I don't quite understand what you're talking about. I don't quite understand your goal. Is your goal to help Russia? If so, we have different goals, he said. Interesting story with this discussion. And I have some other news about it. $30 minutes exposure interviews. For $200 for exposure interviews? Damn, son. Should I do that? Okay. Occupants are talking about a missile attack on Luhansk. They write about 2 hits at the former Luhansk Aviation Navigator School where the Russian military was stationed. We're waiting for details. I get it, buddy. I heard you. Okay. Rumors are circulating that Joe Soros just died of a heart attack. Psych. He didn't. He confirmed he didn't. It's kind of cringe. I bet a lot of people were like super happy about it. This guy is if I understand correctly, this guy is based, right? Because he like donates a lot of money to democratic like institutions and stuff that push democracy worldwide. Pretty base to me. Is Lukashenko dead? No, he had a video today. MAGA morons hate him, so he must be based. True. that's pretty much true. Anyway, not dead. It's funny how he became like, as soon as you hear somebody say Soros, you're like, okay, I don't have to fucking listen. I can stop listening to you at this point. Zelensky posted, today London, Great Britain, leader when we're talking about the increasing of our capabilities on the land and in the sky. Today we will continue our cooperation. I will meet my friend Rishi, and we're going to talk about one-on-one and with delegations. So, meanwhile, the armed forces of Ukraine are moving forward in the Bakhmut direction, says Syrskyi. General Syrskyi. According to the commander of the ground forces, the last few days have shown that Ukraine can move forward and destroy the enemy, even in such extremely difficult conditions. Yes, our troops are fighting with less resources than the enemy, but they managed to destroy their plans. At the same time, Syrskyi said that there was only partial success, and is how it should be perceived. The operation to defend Bakhmut continues. If you're wondering what Storm Shadow does to a building, can you link a shorter clip? This one's too long. I don't have patience to watch it all. Soon fucking Zoomer's gonna be posting like fucking oh fuck. Hello, buddy. Like a single frame, yeah, Zoomer's gonna be posting like the last frame of a video soon. Yeah, we'll get into that. There was some interesting statements made by Russia and Prigozhin in very peculiar situation. Okay. So France will give Ukraine dozens of armored vehicles and light tanks, including AMX-10 RC. Joint declaration following the meeting between Zelensky and Macron. In addition, France is focusing its efforts on maintaining Ukraine air defense capabilities. Somewhat a weak reply. I expected France to also mention that they will support our accession to NATO, just like Germany did. I expected the same from UK, but I don't know. Did they already supported us, or anyone knows why we haven't heard anything about that? Anyway. Oh, I just remembered something I have to do. I have to send a message to. I have to send a message real quick. Fuck. France jointly produces Storm Shadows under the name Scalp. Fuck, give me a second. All right. Macron announced on Monday that he had opened the door to train Ukrainian fighter pilots from now on, the day after a meeting with his Ukrainian counterpart Volodymyr Zelensky in Paris. It's possibly after UK said that they will train. UK said they will train Ukrainian pilots. Oh, what's up, bud? Anyway, that's interesting. All right. UK to give Ukraine hundreds of new long-range strike drones, more than 200 kilometers, and hundreds of missiles for air defense, says Reuters. All this will be delivered in the coming months. Yeah, guys, chill. We'll get to that, okay? Let me get through all the news and then we'll get... Oh, come on. Don't be petty. How far is Crimea? Less than 200? Well, depends on where you want to hit. Well, did that work? Did I untimed him out, or does that just add 1 second on top? Oh, that should work. Oh, you already did? Oh, okay. Okay, so interesting details. So, remember that mention the Washington Post mentioned the question about Prigozhin to Zelensky. And Zelensky was like, the fuck are you talking about Prigozhin and our reconnaissance? What's going on? So, Prigozhin offered Ukraine to surrender positions of Russian troops, says Washington Post. Referring to the secret Pentagon documents, the publication writes that at the end of January, when thousands of wanker PMC mercenaries died in battles for Bakhmut, Prigozhin made such an extraordinary offer to Ukraine. He said that if the Ukrainian command withdraws its soldiers from the area around Bakhmut, he will pass on information to Kyiv about the positions of Russian troops, which Ukraine can use to launch strikes. The Ukrainian side did not agree to this proposal. That's interesting. Yeah, I know. So, according to the current information, 152,000 Russian military remain in occupied territories of Zaporizhia and Kherson region. The withdrawal of the combat units in these regions is not fixed. They were given a task of keeping these territories that they managed to capture. The General Ukraine Reconnaissance noted that the Russians used the so-called evacuation from the occupied territories of the south of Ukraine as a cover for counterintelligence and filtration measures. They don't want to. They don't want the population to watch them prepare for battles and are afraid of the partisan movement. So Prigozhin thing is interesting, right? We need more details, but it could be like Prigozhin can easily defend himself saying, hey, it was just... Now, of course, if he didn't said anything to general staff, that's very sus. But he could say that, oh, I tried to trap them. I wanted them to retreat, and I would just give fake coordinates or something like that. Okay, Turkey is going to have the second round of elections. Erdogan didn't have 50% of over 50% of votes, so they will definitely going to have a second round now. That's what's up. So can somebody explain this to me? Because it seems like, oh, I can just ask ChatGPT. It says Moldova will withdraw from the CIS Interparliamentary Assembly. This was stated by the Speaker of the Parliament of the country, Igor Grosu. I can just add ask ChatGPT. What does this mean? What does this mean? If Moldova decides to withdraw from the Commonwealth of Independent States Interparliamentary Assembly, it means that Moldova will no longer participate in the activities and decision-making processes of the specific intergovernmental organization. The CIS Interparliamentary Assembly is a platform for cooperation and dialogue among the parliaments of the member states of the Commonwealth of Independent States. Okay, who are the members? Who are members of... Okay, the members of this country are Armenia, Azerbaijan, Belarus, Kazakhstan, Kyrgyzstan, Moldova, Russia, Tajikistan, Turkmenistan, and Uzbekistan. We withdrew from this organization formally in 2018. We were also part of that. Makes sense. I guess we withdrew it in 2014, but formally we did in 2018. I see. If it's a lot of stands, it means it's bad. And Russia, of course. Yeah, not the droids, not the cute droids. Lukashenko sounds like ass. Yeah, he's very like... So he's alive. There's video of him.
Великих докладов. Давайте посмотрим на то, что происходит вокруг нашей страны.
I think he just needs a little bit of... Wah. Guys, hydrate. Right now. Now. Hydrate now. Okay. So, as I said before, Britain will start training Ukrainian pilots this summer and is working with allies on a possible transfer of F-16 to Ukraine, says British cabinet. How about that? What is happening with my thing here? Give me a second. No signal. Oh, maybe, yeah, that's true. Also, if I put it in the... Wait, if I put it in the... Oh, that's weird. Do Brits have F-16s? They must have, no? They must? Okay, give me a second. Yeah, it works. Okay, just checking something. That's fine. Man, F-16s look cool as fuck, right? One pilot just carries a bunch of fucking missiles of any type. Cool plane, dude. Right? Prime Minister Sunak published a photo of the meeting with Zelensky. This is how real bros look like, it says. What do I think of Russian volunteer corps? As long as they fuck with Russia and don't fuck with Ukraine, I'm cool. I'm okay with them. This is a very strange thing, okay? Mobilized from the Russian Federation face up to 15 years if they join the wanker PMC, says Deputy Sobolev. He also added that PMCs are an illegal armed formation and it is not clear what is registered and what it does. What's happening? It's so fucking funny. Imagine being a Russian prisoner, getting recruited to wanker so you can get away from prison. You have like 10% chance to survive. Somehow, by a miracle, you come back, and then they put you 15 years because you participated in the illegal formation, military formation. Based. Amazing. A circle of Muscovite in the nature. Circle of life of Muscovite. Jesus fucking Christ. See, all the Sennheiser microphones kind of left the chat when war began, so. Guys, I posted this on my Telegram channel, but a hospital in Avdiivka was shelled. 4 people died. Is this the hospital that we saw in that video? I don't imagine them having more than one hospital. I remember the guy said that it was the only hospital at that point. We saw the video in Hromadske. From Avdiivka with this guy. I don't see any comments on, like, you know. If that's the case, that would be super bad. Okay, so in Russia, they're going to take foreigners into the army and will give them Russian passport instead. The correspondence decree was signed by Putin today. So no more Russians from villages left. Russian Volunteer Corps is the controversial one. I don't give a fuck what they do. As long as they fuck with Russia, I don't give a fuck. They can do whatever the fuck they want, I don't care. They don't fuck with us, they fuck with Russia, I'm fine with that. Interesting. I don't know who wants a fucking Russian passport. It's more like it's more like claim mark. You're like claimed after you receive that piece of shit. Who wants that? Jesus Christ, cringe. For some unknown reason, Russian tourists do not want to go on vacation to Crimea this year. Oh no, what happened? Why all of a sudden? It says Russian group of tourist industry on the half island says that situation with the selling of tours on the summer is catastrophical. Russians do not only not book any tours in Crimea and Sevastopol, but they also don't want to pay them at all. In some places, they have 5% of 5% guests out of 100 as to previous years. So 20 times less people go there. Interesting. Czech volunteers based raised $2.3 million for the purchase of RM-70 MLRS for Ukraine and 365 missiles for it. Is this the vampire thing? It's basically like modified Grad. Bad weather? Oh, true. So in Luhansk today, there was an explosion in one of the hairdressing salons. Apparently, in the result of that explosion, the head of the LPR, Ministry of Internal Affairs, whatever the fuck that means, trader Igor Kornet was wounded. He's hospitalized, says Russian media. And he got a haircut of a lifetime, huh? Did he had a hair dye? Red hair, interesting choice. Okay, Prigozhin answered to Sobolev. To that guy who said that people gonna go to prison for 15 years if they join Wanker. Here's what he says. Oh my fucking god! What is going on, dude? Jesus fucking Christ! He says, according to Mr. Sobolev, everyone who goes to onto Ukrainian side, including being captured, they need to get medals. And people who go to PMC Wanker, they need to be put in prison for 15 years. So,
товарища Соболева надо проверить, так говорится, анализ у него взять.
So he says, we need to check Sobolev, we need to take analysis
На дизентерию антироссийскую.
On anti-Russian dysentery.
Хочется сказать человеку, который позорит слово генерал Соболеву.
What do I want to say to Mr. Sobolev, who is shaming the name of the general?
Бздила картонная, собирайся и дуй на фронт.
You bullshitting fuck, take your shit and go to the front.
Скажи, на что ты способен.
Show what you can do.
Болтун безмозглый.
Piece of shit. Dude, why is he fucking...
По мнению...
Holy shit. Okay, the fuck is this? Missile flies towards your home. That's normal. Okay, so this separatist guy is in intensive care. His condition is extremely serious. Probably not gonna survive. Knowing Russian propaganda, how they like, oh, nobody died. Well, okay, maybe 4 people died and 5 people light wounds. Okay, heavy wounds, but they will recover. Okay, they're all dead. Like, it's gonna be the same story with this. Okay, I want to read this fucking article, guys. This is fucking interesting. Toronto's proudly anti-capitalist cafe is permanently closing. Oh shit! I wonder why I didn't. Let's take a look. That's an interesting, guys. Any beginning entrepreneurs over here? Might be an interesting case on how to run a small business. Maybe we can learn something interesting. One polarizing coffee shop in Toronto is said to officially close its doors at the end of the month. The Anarchist, located at Jarvis Street, describes itself as an anti-capitalist, anti-colonial cafe, shop, and a radical community space on stolen land. The coffee shop first opened back in March 2022 and offers all beverages and baked goods you'd expect to find at a cafe, with a side of radical books, art, stickers, jewelry, clothing, and tote bags. Of course, tote bags. Quote, I hope by openly declaring this business as anti-capitalist, I can motivate people to think and ask about what that means. Nothing. And let those who are already anti-capitalist of one kind or another know that this is place for them, where their politics, ideas, and identities will always be welcome. But only those people, not the other ones. We only welcome those identities. All the other identities, go fuck yourself. Owner Gabrielle Sims Fewer previously told Blog2. Sims Fewer, Jesus, is that a real name, bro? What the fuck? Uploaded a bittersweet message to the cafe's website this week announcing the shop's closure. Sadly, the Anarchist...
Hassan told the newspaper.
Sadly, the Anarchist will be closing its doors on May 30. Sad news. Whatever. The Anarchist has been a huge success in every way I hoped and has given me so much inspiration and education that I plan to put to use in a future project. The announcement reads. Unfortunately, the lack of generational wealth, seed capital from ethically bankrupt sources left me unable to weather the quiet winter season or to grow in the ways needed to be sustainable long term. It's everything around me is at fault, not my business practices. I'd like to say a huge thank you to Pop Coffee Works, my coffee supplier, and landlords for their generosity and patience. They could easily have sold this place or rented for more than twice what they've charged me, so this place wouldn't have existed without them. So, motherfucker had a rent that was half of what they would charge in an area, and he still went under. I wonder why. I just wonder why. It must be a capitalist agenda, right? And lack of generational wealth. No way that he was like a fucking degenerate, right? Okay. So, the closure was also announced on the cafe's Instagram page, which prompted dozens of somber comments from loyal customers. Such sad news must be much to be proud of, though. It's really cool what you created. Inspired to blah, 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 blah. Okay. I've seen some comments. Do I have to go on, like, their Instagram? I've seen some funny fucking comments. What is this? Oh, I can't read it. So, the comments. There was a very fucking interesting comment. Give me a second. So apparently, these guys were not even open the whole week. Give me a sec. Yeah. Okay, so here's the thing. It was a co-op, apparently. So on their website, says, on their website it says, it's been an amazing experience connecting with so many great community members, sparking desperately needed debate, raising the blood pressure of conservatives. That includes you, anarcho-capitalist and libertarians, fulfilling the dream of most service workers by not having to tolerate the presence of professional class traitors, pigs, and the military. So, like, if you're a cop, you can't go and, like, get a coffee and a donut. Okay, you're not getting money from those people. If you're in military, you're not getting those clients either. That's, and of course, no conservatives will ever visit the place. Way to go to alienate at least 50% of your potential customers. Experimenting with living and working in ways that don't enthusiastically embrace the pure misanthropy of capitalism. Bro, you're engaging. Okay. Unfortunately, the lack of generational wealth, we read that. So, so they were actually closed on Mondays and Tuesdays, while only opening at 9 a.m. on the other days. They completely missed the early morning rush hour, where everybody wants coffee before work, school, plus Monday rush spike from people recovering from the weekend. Oh man, that's... His clients are the young ideologues that live in mom's basements. No, there's a lot of like these fucking cucked university people that are like super like hipster and shit and believe in all this. They don't even believe in all this shit. It's just like they are consumers of this stuff. This is just turning. I wonder. It's a nice website. Like, I mean, I see the vibe of this. Seems like a nice place, honestly. Like, visually, it's appealing to a specific crowd. It says "Eat the Rich," but bro, it's like, why make a business? How much did they charge? Menu. Espresso $3.75. Americano long black $4. The marks and angles. Holy shit. Rotating drip coffee. Pay what you can. Nothing. Selection of sweet and savory pastries from local bakers, vegan, gluten-free, and sugar-free options available. Hey, listen. If you're a anti-capitalist, fucking like, why you engage in capitalist activities? You obviously don't know what the fuck you're doing, dude. Oh man, well, that's whatever. I thought that was just funny. Like the irony, you know? He existed for a year, though. That's commendable. But, yeah. Also, it just kind of cringed to me that this, like, oh, I wanna, at least this is like somewhat an original idea. I think a communist would answer because society is structured that way right now. We cannot escape reality. Why make a coffee shop? It doesn't matter. The communist will always blame everyone else. Were those peeps Z? Maybe. I don't know. Is that vodka? It's water. The question that I have is always like, if you want to start your own business, why is it always just like fucking coffee shops or some fucking bakeries or like it's just so it's horrible business. It's super hard. It's ugh, man. Listen, if you have some extra money and you want to start your own business and it's like some fucking restaurant or a coffee shop or some shit like that, just don't do it. Just invest your money in like buy some stocks or some shit. I don't know. Invest in like there's these stock groups that will yield you 5 to 10% a year of just income, and just put your money there and that's it. Isn't coffee a high profit margin? It doesn't matter. You will just you will not survive. It's rent. It's salaries. It's customer care. It's all of that bullshit. It's fucking annoying. Index funds? Yeah. Is financial advice? Yes, absolutely. Oh my god, it is financial advice. There you go. I live in Ukraine. We don't have rules like that. I don't give a fuck. So. Also, it was very general. I didn't tell you which stocks to invest in. How about the street stalls? It's the same shit. It just like, it's horrible. Look. As somebody who worked in a restaurant as administrator, bartender, manager, whatever the fuck, I can tell you that it's very hard to make it work. Like, even there's just way too many things that's like, your food can be really good, but the area you selected for this food may be not very popular, right? It may be like food that people don't consume constantly. So like for example, I worked in a restaurant that had Asian food, and it was fantastic. It was really, really good. It was expensive, so people didn't really like that. And it's Asian food. You're in Ukraine. It's very hard to find Asian food, especially Asian food that's good. And for some reason, people in Ukraine like to eat bland fucking piece of shit, okay? You just didn't have enough customers, right? But you still have to pay staff. You still have to buy food. And then you're starting to make these decisions that just make your place worse and worse, even though, because you don't even have other choice. So like, for example, your fresh ingredients, when you opened your place, you might have a lot of people in the beginning because it's a new place, novelty factor, right? Oh, a new place, I want to check it out, right? You might have a lot of people, and then the hype dies down, and you don't have that many people anymore. So now you need to freeze some of your food so it wouldn't spoil, right? You start freezing it, it loses some of the flavor, so it doesn't taste as good anymore, right? It also increases the time you need to cook something because it needs to thaw out, or you have to put it for longer to bake or some shit like that, right? And it's just like those small things, you don't really think about that, but it just like stacks on top, and you're like, oh shit, we have less people, we need higher margins because we need to pay salaries. You're starting to switch to like different brands that taste differently, and then you have problem with the customers that like some specific things and were going to your place for those specific things, but you change those things to different brands and now they taste differently and they don't like it. It's like, it's such a fucking headache. Why would you do that? Just don't do it. So if you're a small yeah, you start cutting corners and shit like that, and it's just like it's bad. It's bad. It's always bad. So and then people get like, you can have a menu, but if you have very big menu, you will definitely cut corners on that at some point. You will not have all of the menu positions, and people are gonna be like, oh, you don't have this and this and this. Is like, why the fuck you have it on the menu? You never have it, right? Then you remove it from the menu, then your menu kind of looks much smaller. People who like that shit also like miss it. You want to change the menu, but it maybe doesn't work as good as you thought, right? People get used to the old one. They want something new. You change it. Like it's horrible. It's unless you're like a seasoned professional who had like experience managing, being a restaurant manager, and you have like you know how to do it, then I guess you can do it. But if you're like a small business, if you're like a small business owner and you want to start something like that, just be a landlord. It's so much safer and it's easier, you know. Big menus are a red flag, anyways. It depends. It depends what is the place. If they have a lot of people and they have a big menu, that's fine. But if they don't, that's a problem. I always had my chefs always told me that if you're in a new town or like trying new cuisine or whatever, a sure way not to get sick is to just find a place where there's a lot of people. They will never have food that is spoiled. That's it. Are health regulations strict in Ukraine? Bro, I've been to different countries. Restaurants here are on another fucking level, dude. Okay? For the money that you spend on like some fucking hot dog food stand or some shit, you can fine and dine, bro. Dine and fine, motherfucking like really, really high-end restaurants here. Like you can go to a like super high-end restaurant. You can have, I recently been to like a really good place. I've had 3 different dishes and a lemonade, and I paid $16. That's crazy. Stop with the fucking stream every day joke. It's getting old, my guy. If you joked in the chat and I didn't reply, that's fine, but you don't have to spam with that joke. Chill, okay? Dylan will confirm that too, just no giant US size portions. Yeah, I like that though. I don't like huge portions because I want to try, like if I go to a new place or if I like I want different stuff. I don't want one thing. I want different things. I like when it's other, like I always order like at least 2 different dishes. And in the Western countries I can't do that and I get upset because I want to try different foods. I wish you guys had like half a portion. They would just make half a portion for you. That would be amazing. But talking about going on a holiday to Lviv or Odessa, is that possible? Yeah. Buffet. Yeah, I guess you're right. We don't have the. I mean, we have buffets, but restaurants are just. In my city, it's really bad with buffets. They're not a lot of them, and they're like really shit. I know that there's some really good ones in Kiev. I saved a couple of TikToks They have like thousands and thousands of likes. Let me show you them. Fucking that food looked so fucking good. Holy shit. Okay, let me just check my phone real quick because I need to log into TikTok to see my save. I saved something. I always like save like some food and stuff, and I also saved some Indian restaurant that was opened in I don't see it anywhere here. Yeah, I don't remember. Why do you want to go to a buffet? You won't out eat the restaurant, bro, unless you weigh 400 pounds and 200 kilos. No, we're talking the opposite. We're going to a buffet to get less portions, smaller portions, because you can control the portion in a buffet. We're literally taking the opposite approach. Maybe I can just Google it. Maybe I can just Google this buffet, because I remember they had beautiful maybe it's called a different name. Oh, I don't know. It was this woman. It was this woman with pleasant voice just filming a bunch of fucking fantastic dishes that looked fucking great, bro. Oh my god, where was it? I really want to find it now. Trust me, you won't regret it. Okay, I think I sent that to Aluma, but I'm not sure. I sent a lot of stuff. Okay, what if TikTok? Not all buffets are like all you can eat. Yeah, I don't even remember if we have anything like that. I bet we do in like bigger cities, not in my city. All you can eat buffet? No, we don't. I don't have that. Man, really? I didn't fucking share. Well, fuck me, man. How come? Yeah, I don't see it. Fuck me, dude. Fucked up. I thought buffets were an open challenge to bankrupt the restaurants. Бля, ніхто не знає, сука, є такий буфет там, блядь, в Києві, нахуй, постить тіктоки, блядь, з їжею, там жіночка розмовляє, каже, ось сьогодні у нас там котлети, блядь, по-французьки, чи якась залупа, блядь, ніхто не знає. Сука, блядь, там так смачно все виглядає, я їбав. Ну, хуй з ним. Okay, whatever, guys. Can't find it, too bad. I'm booming, okay? Can't find anything on the internet anymore, so that sucks. But anyway, maybe if I'll find it, just sometimes I scroll TikTok and it just videos appear from that channel, so I'll show you next time. Okay, Zelensky says we're returning home with new defense packages, more new and powerful weapons, says Zelensky. Our peace formula was discussed at all meetings, and now there's more willingness of partners to follow our formula. There is more support for our accession to the EU, more understanding that Ukraine's accession to NATO is inevitable. So the main result for these days, new weapons for Ukraine, respect for Ukrainians, and we managed to make our victory closer. We will add more support for our country. You just described every Kiev restaurant, lol? No. I'm talking specifically about the one with the TikTok, man. Okay, in the past 2 days, defense forces of Ukraine have advanced on the flanks in the Bakhmut area at a distance of 350 to 2 kilometers in some areas. Speaker of the Eastern Group of Forces of the Armed Forces of Ukraine, Cherevate, says. Also, the long-range missiles from UK were announced. That is actually not true. I think it was posted in the Washington Post, but they updated it and said that it's the missiles for air defense. It was like a typo. The president of Czech Republic urged to supply Ukraine with weapons faster. As Petr Pavel said, the later help from Western partners arrives, the less useful it will be for the upcoming counteroffensive of the armed forces. It will be more difficult for the Ukrainian military to achieve success in autumn. Autumn? Macron says that training of Ukrainian pilots in France may start now. He says that the delivery of combat aircraft to Ukraine was not discussed at the meeting with Zelensky. I didn't talk about planes, I talked about missiles, I talked about training. No, we know about the Storm Shadow missiles. We know about Storm Shadow. Ukraine has already received SAMP-T, SAM battery promised by Italy and France as La Stampa. If anything, this is a modern analog of the American Patriot. Look at that. Interesting. It's pretty good, apparently. It's even better? Not necessarily. Some things better, some things are not. Yeah, we know about the Storm Shadows. I think there was other missiles that they were discussing, and it was like a mistake. Where's the news? Maybe I missed it somewhere. Well, I don't see it. I think I saved it, but I don't see it. SAM-T uses the same anti-air missiles as French-Italian warships. There's 1,000+ available. Launchers are a bottleneck. Okay, there's a lot more missiles than launchers. There are official and unofficial help? Yeah, we know. Obviously, you won't advertise all the military help you're giving Ukraine. Otherwise, you would just let Russia know exactly how many of what things we have. Obviously. Some things are not being said. Or some things we have already, but not announced yet, will be announced later.
We want to zero in now on what's happening in Bakhmut with Kylie Atwood, who's live for us at the State Department.
How Israel sends stuff? Well, a lot of people said that. They just assumed, how come Israel is not helping Ukraine? Maybe they're helping, but secretly. But our officials said that so far we didn't receive like direct military aid from Israel. Now we're receiving like some softwares and some anti-air and some stuff like that, but nothing huge, you know? Nothing like substantial. So
Department, because Kylie, the mercenary group Wagner has been spearheading the Russian effort there, and their leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin, reportedly made an offer to Ukrainian forces back in January that he would give up Russian troop positions. He's denying that now, but it's still a stunning revelation.
Yeah, quite stunning indeed,
The
Boris.
fuck
So
it's
this is
done?
according to Washington Post reporting that's based on leaked intelligence documents that had leaked onto Discord, that social media app for gamers. And according to these documents, as you said, this happened in late January. Yevgeny Prigozhin, the head of that private Russian military group that is fighting on behalf of Russia alongside the Russian military in Ukraine, reached out to commanders in Ukraine and offered to them that if they were willing to withdraw some Ukrainian troops
When are they changing the fucking names?
from around the area of Bakhmut, that he would share with them Russian military positions. Now, we don't know exactly what positions he was going to share, what troop movements on the Russian side he is privy to, but according to two Ukrainian sources who talked to the Washington Post and were familiar with this incident, there was no...
Oh, don't worry. They will not avoid responsibility. The separation is mostly done by Russia itself, of course.
Agreement that was struck because, of course, they were skeptical of the offer that Prigozhin was offering them. They really didn't know exactly what he could deliver on. And as you said, Prigozhin today is coming out in Telegram denying this, suggesting that this could have been leaked by his enemies. But critically, we're also hearing from the Kremlin, and the Kremlin spokesperson saying that they don't have the authority to, speak to these reports, and also saying, quote, it looks like another hoax. But what we're watching for here, Boris, is any actual response from the Kremlin. We know that Prigozhin and Putin have quite a close relationship, but if this offer was actually made without knowledge of the Kremlin, that could result in quite a sticky situation. And so we'll watch to see how this plays out. This obviously happened in late January, so there's been a lot of time since then. So there's a lot to watch after this report. Boris?
Yeah, the rift between Prigozhin and the Russian Ministry of Defense, not a surprise. This could be another front in that disagreement. Kylie Atwood from the State Department, thanks so much.
The latest stop on Volodymyr Zelensky's whirlwind tour of Europe was England, where he met today with Prime Minister Rishi Sunak at his country estate at Chequers. The UK has promised an aid package that includes drones and missiles. President Zelensky, however, continues to push for fighter jets, and he had this to say about the timing of his country's long-anticipated counteroffensive.
We really need some more time, not too much. We'll be ready, in some time. I want to be very honest with you. I can't share with you some days. I just don't want to prepare, not for our friends. There are no secrets from our friends, but there are some secrets from our neighbors.
Meantime, on the battlefield, Russia is dealing with setbacks. First, Russia's defense ministry says that 2 commanders were killed in action in the Donetsk region of eastern Ukraine. Russia rarely announces such deaths. This, as Ukraine's deputy defense minister says, Ukrainian forces have captured more than 10 Russian positions near Bakhmut. Months of fierce battles have left the eastern Ukrainian city nearly empty and heavily damaged. Sam Kiley is in southeastern Ukraine with the very latest. So, Sam, we know that the UK recently gave Ukraine several Storm Shadow long-range missiles, in addition to about $7 billion worth of military aid so far. Just walk us through what more Zelensky needs from the UK at this point in time as they prepare for that counter-offensive.
I don't like that phrasing, what more Zelensky needs, bro. Like, come on, dude. Zelensky doesn't ask for himself, yo.
Well, Zain, on his shopping trip, effectively, around Europe, in which he was given fulsome diplomatic support, but more importantly, is leaving with the promise of a trolley full of equipment, particularly from Germany and the United Kingdom.
I don't like this rhetoric. The fuck shopping trip, bro? People are dying in Ukraine, motherfucker.
Kingdom. He's been able to secure from the British, for example, long-range killer drones, longer-range missiles, more anti-aircraft missiles, more ammunition, and from Germany, anti-aircraft tanks, as they call them there, a wide range of armoured vehicles and tanks. All of it extremely important as Ukraine prepares for what is being vaunted, much vaunted, summer offensive. So that has been successful. What he hasn't yet been successful on, but there are indications that he might be, is in terms of securing the donations or even sale of F-16 fighter aircraft, fighter bombers, which is clear now the Ukrainians have settled upon as their ideal aircraft to prosecute this war. So far, NATO and particularly the United States have balked at supplying what effectively is a strategic weapon in their view for fear of retaliation on a nuclear level, perhaps from Russia. But the British have now said that come in the summer, so imminently, they will begin training Ukrainian pilots in NATO tactics. Now, they don't have any F-16s to give, but they are very vocal in their support of the idea that Zelensky and the Ukrainians should get those F-16s. And they will be, or would be,
nuclear,
very,
oh my
very
God!
useful indeed, since they're pretty much superior to anything that the Russians can put into the air, especially if you combine them with...
It's been a while since the last US package. Wasn't the last US package was like a couple of weeks ago, $2.5 billion?
That heavy NATO firepower, the very sophisticated firepower such as Storm Shadow, the British and Anglo-French cruise missile that is now in the Ukrainian army and being put to use. And that ultimately is what the campaign will be all about. It will really hang from the Ukrainian perspective on whether or not they can get behind the Russian front lines and break the back of the logistic structures. If they can do that, they're hoping
Used to be almost
actually
weekly.
collapse the whole Russian war effort here in pretty short order. That is their hope. There is no guarantee of that at all. Of course, the Russians know it.
There's no guarantee of that. Fuck off, bald fucking cunt. Anyway, killing Russians! New episode. Bro, World War III, stop with this World War III bullshit. You can't have a world war with a country like Russia. They're a fucking toilet paper with a shit stain on it, okay? Aluma discovered the best emote. It's hidden, it's secret. What's up? These videos are insane. That's why I play them on my channel. Battles for Cyclops. Let's take a look. Aluma, you're just in time. This is primo content. Part 5. Episode 5, Retreat of the Enemy. Bro, this is like a TV show, dude. The nuclear, I don't want to even discuss nuclear bombs, dude. It's a meme, okay? Russians will never use them. Oh, she shoots at the drone, look. Nukes will never happen. If you believe otherwise, you're a fucking moron. You want nuke mushrooms all around the world? No, you will not get that. Just like you won't ever get any pussy. You little fucking basement dwelling incel cunt. Oh, he found a coin on the ground. You have a girlfriend? My guy, prostitute is not your girlfriend. You pay her to have sex with you. She doesn't want it. Also, I'm pretty sure that you can't do that with your relative anyway. Why is everyone brainwashed? You join a chat, you say some dumb shit, people call you a fucking moron, and you're thinking everyone is brainwashed instead of you just being a moron? Okay, since this guy really likes the nukes, nuke him the fuck out of my chat. Get the fuck out of here.
Nuke.
Nuke. Look, Russians are running. Except that last guy, he's kind of... Bro, that would be such a great artillery hit. Look at that. Oh, is that a mortar fire? That's a long run, dude. Oh! The next one is about to hit, right? Yo, look at them! There's like 15 dudes! Bakhmut has fallen? Shut the fuck up, dude. Correction. Is it older or you still have ice? No, this is an older video. It seems like late March. But this was released a couple hours ago. Oh, he doesn't want to go. He wants to stay. Guys, let him stay. That's okay. He can stay here forever. Man, those explosions, like, they send shrapnel flying super far. He's sleepy. You know. Look at this morning dew on the grass, little frozen lake. It's a very moody morning, you know, the one that would make you stay extra long under your blankie. Damn, these drones are crazy, dude. Like, you can't see shit, but when you start zooming in, even the camouflaged guys. Oh, they're just chilling. Is he in the... Oh! Okay, I thought they're gonna get blown to fucking pieces. I think these guys blur it anyway. Cyclop position. It says we push the enemy away. We're gonna show a little bit
валяется. Вон тело валяется.
There's a body. There's a body.
Ходили уже.
Ось все, братан. Ось все в кучі. Це за наші хати, за наше гуляйполе.
This is for our homes, for our
За вас,
parents.
мої рідні. Що, держи, на.
Russian meat. To be continued. Okay, I just tried doing something and it didn't work. Why it didn't work? Ah, I see. Nope, the source is... Bro, what's... the fuck is happening? The source is what? Oh, it stopped working. Okay. Source is... desktop. Where's desktop? There we go. It doesn't work. Why doesn't it work, you fucking stupid degenerate shit? Oh my god, it's so fucking annoying. What's happening? No properties available? Oh. Fucking dumbass shit. Oh my god, bro. My blur fucking broke. This thing works, but my blur broke. I guess with the latest update. Oh my god. Okay. Oh, typical OBS update. Never fucking update OBS. What the fuck is the point of your dog-ass updates if they break fucking shit that is installed in OBS, bro? Oh my god. Oh, I don't want to deal with this. Oh my god. Oh. I just get heated. Why? Fucking retards, bro. Latest update was on February 26, 2022. Wow. Oh my god. Erdogan didn't win. What the fuck are you talking? Where did you get that information? He didn't win. There was going to be a second term. Second round of elections. Okay, how do I fucking go back to my fucking previous version, dude? Settings, profiles, exportable. So I had this add-on installed to OBS, which would allow me to blur sources. It's called StreamFX. It broke apparently with the latest update. Okay, well. So fucking annoying. Also, when you have like when you have OBS, you're just suggesting me to download a previous release. Oh man. Wait, added a DLL blocking feature for Windows. This allows OBS to block problematic DLLs from attaching to OBS. Okay, I would assume that could be the issue. He's likely to win the second. No. I don't agree that it like very like it is likely. Is it a sure thing? Absolutely not. Like what the fuck? Oh, by the way, Banana, I tried your suggestion. I tried my laptop USB-C charger to hook up to my whatever the fuck that is. It didn't work for some reason. It doesn't like that power. I don't know why. So I'm waiting for my little power supply. I think it should be here tomorrow.
Носиком в ствол ложи. Я його давно в руках тримав, думаю, куди він мені поміститься. Зразу через... Запихай далі, ти ж заряд не запихнеш. Запихаєш в ствол його туди. О. Що, сідай це і сам ставиш. Давай. Раз, і зразу веди в касету. Я розумію, я перший раз
ложиш
просто
на плече
забув.
і в касету. О.
Я просто
Та я
забув,
поняв.
наскільки він тяжкий.
Ну, керований не тяжкий. Так, подожди. І защёлка. Все. Дивися, в защёлках стоїть, в защёлках. Все, пуск. Все. Там ззаді багато народу? Хай стоять. Хай стоять, бля. Хай стоять.
No, we don't. I remember he had an explanation why he does that, but I don't remember why.
14, я 31-й прийом.
Настя.
Але це новітня найновітніша українська розробка танкоплот. Поки що випущено для України в одиничних серіях, але участь у боях він не брав. Андрій, а оплот має ім'я чи в нього ім'я оплот?
Мурчик.
Як?
Міхвод Мурчиком називає.
Ви не знали?
Бо нашому екіпажу на жіночі імена танків не сильно везе.
перша манюня була, так трошки башня поламалася.
Manyunya means small. Murchik means like a little purr cat.
А потім другу дали, на другій ми тільки так, одну ніч від'їздили.
Сань, хватить замітати, все рівно більше четверки тобі не поставлять. Та мені й не треба твої четверки.
7-4 тобі
П'ятерки.
5.
Ти знаєш, коли я лечу і воно мені в лице летить, то лучше я його повилітаю. У мене вже розсада посходила. Помідори.
Я бачу, що там росли.
Із села хазяїн.
Відходьте, будь ласка, від машини назад.
Oh, that's what Zelensky has.
Можна.
Постріл!
I think he just doesn't have time to
Я
do
ж
that, I
так
guess.
трошки електронікою займаюся. У мене майстерня по ремонту радіоапаратури.
Ага.
То я в проводках трошки тямлю. То думаю, ну якісь проводки, тут щось буду.
Людина прийшла з вулиці і танки ремонтує, а спеціалісти приїжджають і руки таки розкладали. Не знаю, що
А
робити.
брат, він по железяках більш гайки крутить. І в нас якось...
Ну ви це замітили, він носив, якщо железяки засипав.
Получився у нас такий дует. Він по железяках, я по проводках.
Yeah, I know, Peter. I posted that on Telegram. I hope he's okay too.
Ми ж перший раз ракети запускали. З танка перший раз, а в загальному Туривку запускали часто, я раніше в піхоті служив. Тому приходилося.
Ну ви таку управляємо теж
З
запускали?
танка керовану ракету я раніше не стріляв. До повномасштабного вторгнення в танкістах їх мало використовували. Не завжди апаратура дозволяла в танках. Ну, вона дуже дорога, потребує для діагностики.
I'm just checking if
дуже
I can
сильної
add something
підготовки
instead of
людей.
blur.
І раніше, снаряди, само собою, дорогі, і раніше їх не давали. А зараз багато трофейних.
А це
От.
у вас теж трофей? Чи?
Да.
Трофей?
Да.
І зараз ви теж попали по цілі, я бачу.
Да, ну, перша ракета, на жаль, була, видно, дефектна. Вона не захотіла летіти за лазерним лучом. От. Але інша ракета спрацювала так, як треба, перевірили. Мала дистанція, щоб відчути поворот ракети. Тобто чуть-чуть вправо, чуть-чуть вліво, і вона влучила в ціль. Мало часу. Тобі ж вона скільки? 1920 метрів.
Nukes are now legal, and they're here.
Трошки більше. Але приємно вистрілити і знати, що ти вже можеш це робити. Бо то ракет не було, то апаратура не працювала, а тут все вже зложилося. І все перевірили, тому що система не працювала. Ну, ця система не працювала, бо танку трошки років і років цьому. Він кажеться, що він новий. Для України він уже старий. Це 98-го року фактично йде модель. Випущений чи в 2000-му, чи в 2001-му. Ми були всі на Т-72. Да, вони були нові, укомплектовані, ну як нові, відкапіталені, добре укомплектовані. Нам залишилось лише зняти їх зі зберігання і пристріляти.
Yeah,
Ми
Lukashenko can
пристріляли,
go fuck
приїхали
himself.
в зону виконання задач. Першу машину підбили, потім виїхали з мехводом на ще одній машині, нас частково підбили. Ну, артилерія дуже поряд вдарила і була пошкоджена гусянка, але танк вийшов з бою своїм ходом. От. І потім третій танк нам дали оплот, я не знаю, просто він стояв в Харкові і екіпажів для нього видно не було, я не знаю, бо ця машина доволі складна в керуванні. Ну, як знаєш, вона дуже легка. Але вивчити кількість апаратури, знати, як нею користуватись, як її обслужити, як її налаштувати, це просто капець. Тут ось вожу з собою отаку стопку книжок, щоб якщо щось забуду,
рюкзаку?
ну, по експлуатації, параметри, всі цифри ж не запам'ятаєш. Всі ж цифри не запам'ятаєш, то З собою приходиться возити трошки підручників по цій машині, бо як мінімум технічне обслуговування треба знати. Ну, от, виїжджали для перевірки комплексу керованого озброєння. Література. Не повірите,
з собою возите?
півроку оце вчимо. Ну це тільки частина тих, що можна взяти з собою.
А ви самі вчилися оплотом керування?
Ну, нам коли передавали в Харкові цю машину, то нам ті, хто її створювали, трошки встигли розказати. Ну так, це було буквально робочий день не більше, тобто 6-8 годин на освоєння машини. Показали, заводиться отак, стріляєш ти отак, командир робить отак, загружаються снаряди отак, далі розберетеся, немає часу, все. Тобі ж, а далі пішло-поїхало, книжка, практика, книжка, дзвонок до хлопців, доброго дня, скажіть, будь ласка, що так, вони об'яснили, дякую.
Завод ви туди?
Ну, до тих, хто створювали, так, до заводчан, будемо так говорити.
Чим оплот кращий за Т-72?
Дивіться, в ньому більше електроніки, вона між собою зв'язана. Тобто, якщо ти правильно поставиш тумблер один, вибереш режим на, припустимо, систему для опромінювання, якщо на тебе заміряють дальність лазером або ведуть ракету по лазерному лучу, ця система бачить. В одному режимі вона може просто відвернути башню і кинути дими сама. В іншому режимі вона тобі буде верещать, кричать, подивися на табло і доверни башню і відстрель. Тебе бачать, на тебе ціляться. В третьому режимі вона просто все проігнорує. І тому треба розуміти, що ти сів, подивився, що як включено, щоб розуміти, що очікувати від машини, тому що ця автоматика, вона частково допомагає людині. Але якщо ти не знаєш, як її налаштувати, вона буде тобі мішати. Машина в нас із квітня місяця минулого року, майже рік, і ми все вчимо і вчимо її. І ще ми всю її не вивчили. Що, Толь, знаєш, як стріляти?
Is that surprising? Really, I've been saying that for the longest time. You wanna discover if Russia funds something in your country, it's never good for your country. If your country does something that goes against the interests of your country, Russia's always involved, almost always. That's how it's hybrid war. That's what they do.
Навівся і великим пальцем коротке нажаття. Постріл! Бачиш, куди влучив? Тепер візьми трошечки, поверни гармату, виходить вправо ручкою, оцею, якою ти повертай правіше. І можеш трошки нижче, якщо перелетіло. Ти ж бачиш, куди ти влучив? Коротку ще одну.
Але я так розумію, що вона і краще вас захищає броня.
Тут же ж башня з катаного металу, тобі ж листи, які пройшли механічну обробку, вони більш міцні. Ця башня більша, тут більша товщина броні, вона багато має слоїв. Динамічний захист, тут стоїть булатовський, який тандемні заряди вже вловлює. Машина більш свіжа. Да, вона по роках вроді і стара, але по факту вона на рівні російських Т-90 і не уступить їм.
Шкода, що їх так мало зробили, і що ми зараз просимо західні.
Yeah, this is also not new news. Obviously, even Arestovich with Mark were discussing like years and years before this specific case in Germany where Russians were playing on like this notion that Germans are like cucked or whatever. They had immigration waves and their women were abused and Germans didn't do anything, and they were funding articles about this, protests, some people who they would post with their bot accounts on social networks. It's been known for ages.
Їх зробили хоча б батальйон свій час, 30 машин мінімум, щоб це був окремий підрозділ, навчені люди, відпрацьована тактика на цих машинах, вони б творили чудеса, як кажуть. Дійсно, машина хороша, да, вона прихотлива, скажімо так, вона требує догляду за собою, але ця машина дозволяє робити дуже хороші речі. Кратність у прицілі. Я спокійно можу працювати на 3-4 кілометри. Датчики вітру, які покажуть тобі, куди дує вітер, і вони самі порахують, як снаряд полетить.
Андрій, кажуть, що ви тут найбільше навчений боєць, чи ви всю роту вчите?
Опиту було саме більше. Я на танках, на Т-72 я почав служити ще в 15-му році, 4-та хвиля мобілізації. Відслужив я на них 2 роки. І в нас були люди, які знали ці машини, аж 2 людини. Один дядько просто з Бердичева приїхав, бо він 72-ку знав краще, ніж знає, напевно, той, хто її створив. А інший чоловік воював в Афганістані, після Афганістану на Т-72 служив більше 10 років. Він вчив ходову. Один вчив башню, інший ходову. Я був міхводом, освоїв ходову. Мені цікаво в башню, я поліз в башню вчити. І я вивчив Т-72 до певного рівня. Хлопці на них не служили, в тому і була проблема. Да, вони танкісти, але вони служили на Т-64. Це трошки інша машина.
Коротше, ви тут головний інструктор роти, да?
Та ні, я головний сержант, а так, що знаю, то хто питає, тому розказую. Не
Freedom of speech definitely has a different expectation from politicians. You can't just hide behind freedom of speech. I think that should definitely be investigated and prosecuted by the government.
Питають, я розказувати не буду.
Так давай соберемо.
Все, забирай.
У нас БМП немає.
знайшли? Ні, це він. Де це взяв?
Знайшов всього. Я його розрядив, все, я герой. Якщо це крутити, Андрюха каже, навіть вдарити нічого не буде. Але ми перевіряти не будемо.
В смысле нічого? Звісно, нічого не буде. Ось дай я зараз зроблю щось.
Ковпачка зніми.
Ні, не ковпачка, зв'язок. От тут треба оце от крутити і там звести його. І все, і тоді можна отак тільки клас, і він тільки...
Я хочу сувенір зробити.
Мені ж завтра з ними їхати в бій, як їх не вчить. Чим краще хлопці знають і більше вміють, тим в мене шансів більше, і в остальних шансів вижити і знищити ворога більше. Тому не можна не вчити людей.
А ви про який танк мрієте?
Я мрію поїхати додому. Їздить на свій Renault Kangoo жовтого кольору і не париться. Чесно вам скажу, оцю машину, було б цікаво. Оцю машину я бачив на параді в 2021 році, по-моєму, 2021. І, кажу, оце б нам би такі машинки. А тут товаришу кажу, ти знаєш, я на одній з тих машинок, які їхали, говорю, катаюся. Та не може бути, я йому фотку раз, він, що ви серйозно? Оце, каже, тобі пофортило.
А він що?
Він стріляє.
Хочете, ви можете залізти постріляти.
Unfortunately, the guy is the victim of his own success. He knows this tank so well. Probably he's not gonna be on Abrams or the newer ones.
Там кнопочку так красиво нажимаєте. Приціл дивитесь зелененький.
Перед цим попадав точно.
Yeah, they just have no ear protection whatsoever.
Строго посередині мішки.
Damn son. My ears, dude. Jesus. Oof. Okay, what is happening on the map right now? Literally now. Is there anything happening? Like, if you say something controversial, you better have good evidence about it, which you can present. It's crazy, like in the US, people accuse Democrats of being satanical pedophiles and whatnot just to smear them. You just can't say whatever you want, and if political figure can only... Yeah, of course. I agree. Okay, what do we have in the past day? Oh, shit! Yo, look at that. The flanks are being cut off. Russia advancing towards Moscow. True. Okay, so Avdiivka and Bakhmut, that's only 2 directions. Damn. Alright, these guys, what do they have for us today?
Дорогие друзья, рад всех приветствовать на канале Фейген Лайв. Сегодня понедельник, 15 мая, уже 20.
Orange is the new Arestovich.
Приносим извинения за техническую задержку. У нас Алексей в командировке.
Mark says, hello everyone, welcome to the stream. Remember to support the stream, donate, share the stream, like the stream, subscribe to the stream of Thompson's, the only stream that is translating this stream to English live. So let's not pull our ball sack. I'm sure you've read this article with the information, with the links to Pentagon. So leaked the documents that Prigozhin was trying to talk with Ukrainian reconnaissance about Ukrainians leaving Bakhmut, and instead he would give the positions of the Ministry of Defense troops, Russia, instead. So we discussed with you that previously that it could be that some Russians were leaking positions of Russian troops. So you think that Prigozhin could do something like this?
То, что Пригожин мог пойти на какой-то там размер, я допускаю очень легко.
Well, the fact that Prigozhin could do something like this, it's very definitely.
Но между делом позволю себе заметить, что самая ценная информация не о позициях, а о намерениях.
But the most important information is not about the current positions of the enemy, but of their intentions.
Но намерения, да, трудно проверить информацию. Позиция легко проверить, намерения сложно. Поэтому люди, которые докладывают про намерения, очень дорого стоят.
So people who give us information about the Russian intentions are very, very valuable.
Вот, но вопрос, как бы,
But the question,
Пригожин, не сомневаюсь ни секунды.
I mean,
Как он относится
could Prigozhin do something like that? For sure.
к российской армии, понятно, потому
We know how he treats Russian army based just on his pure statements, right?
финалом апофеозом это стрельба по портретам его руководителей и злобное обращение. Шойгу, Герасимов,
And all the fucking memes. Шойгу, Герасимов. Где?
Я так понимаю, что он армию считает чем-то вроде грязи под ногами.
I think he believes that Russian army is just some mud below his feet.
Относится к нему с такой же любовью.
Ну вот смотри, это же ведь в общем государственная измена. Вполне
Well, it's high treason though, right?
It's со стороны американцев, тех же, которые
maybe even Americans are pushing these news to try and stir some shit.
Собственно говоря, руками Москвы.
Inside, maybe they want Prigozhin gone. Maybe Moscow would destroy Prigozhin, kill him.
Он сегодня прибирался с Соболевым, генералом из комитета по обороне Госдумы, значит, там доказывал, какое он говно, за то, что тот предложил чуть ли не на 15 лет отправлять в тюрьму тех, кто перебирает.
Like, for example, Sobolev said that PMC wankers should go to prison for 15 years. Or something like that. So the situation there is going on. So Ukraine is obviously winning from all this situation. They all fighting among themselves, so that's
Пригожин, Герасимов, вместе с Шойгу, Пригожин. Ну, то есть, понимаешь, как бы игра-то, в общем, в пользу Украины. Если там будет
раздрай. So Ukraine is winning if Russia has infighting. Maybe Americans have their own idea there. So what do you think?
Если Пригожин шлепнут, это и нам очень выгодно.
Well, if Prigozhin is going to be gone, we win as well.
Выгодно. Тогда объясни.
Конечно, конечно.
Of course.
Раздрай от этого никто не станет. Просто раздражители сменятся. А дядька, который руководит Вагнером, его гибель, это всегда деморализация Вагнера.
Well, it's not going to like change much from the tactical thing. Like if there's going to be not Prigozhin, it's going to be somebody else, but it's still a huge demoralization effort.
Реорганизация Вагнера, это некое таможение Вагнера.
It's some reorganization, some changes, you know.
Возможно, снятие мотивации Вагнера. В любом случае, это проблема. Поэтому,
in any case, it's a problem. More problems they have, better for us.
Понимаешь, Washington Post опубликовала, что в тех материалах,
But you know, Washington Post posted that there's information that Prigozhin leaked, maybe agreed. It's very hard to sell inside Russia.
И все. Это не серьезно.
It's not serious.
Слива или подставы, да. Но любви,
Тогда
безусловно,
так.
армии любви к Пригожину не добавит, сразу скажу.
But it's definitely not going to add any love from Russian military towards Prigozhin for sure.
Ну хорошо, а армия-то, вот смотри, она-то заинтересована, воспользовавшись моментом, просто грохнуть его и сказать, вот погиб геройский.
What if Russian army just going to kill
Если бы
Prigozhin?
нужно было
That's
просто
it.
грохнуть, его давно грохнули.
Well, if they wanted to kill Prigozhin, they would kill him for a long time now.
Он
He
очевиднейшим
would be
образом
dead.
пользуется некоторым покровительством.
He is definitely using some protection from above.
Ну, а круга каких? Это Путин, ФСБ, все больше.
Putin, FSB, that's it?
ФСБ. Вагнер скорее ближе к ГРУ, блин.
Well, not FSB. It's probably closer to reconnaissance, military reconnaissance than
Во всяком случае, судя по военным базам, на которых он базируется,
FSB.
Это да, но это же структура армии, это главное.
Yeah, but it's an army structure.
Армия, да, поэтому
It's
там
true.
достаточно путанная история.
So I'm sure there's a story very, very complicated and intricate there.
Ну, там чего больше выгодно, куда и как. ФСБ, у меня ощущение в этом отношении вообще на схватке. Может, она где-то его подпирает, раз он такой смелый.
I don't know about FSB. Maybe not. Maybe they have some protection over him.
Для того, чтобы армию подукротить. Но отсюда нам с тобой не видно.
But we don't see it from here. We don't see any facts.
Ясно, что есть внутри
To
элита,
guess,
является типовым для российской системы. Она византийская. Император всегда является тем, кто арбитром над схватками. Бояр. Бояр, если схватываются сегодня, это наиболее острое, это Пригожинная армия. Завтра это может быть еще кто-то, я уверен, что...
So in the system in Russia, obviously Putin is like an arbiter between the boyars that fight each other.
Сегодня это идет, и вчера было. И будет всегда, просто далеко не все попадает в прямой эфир и не обсуждается прямо.
And of course they've had in fighting all this time, but not everything goes to the masses.
То, что вагнеровцы так или иначе контактируют с нашими спецслужбами,
The fact that wankers might be in the contact with our special services, it could be.
Задача спецслужб контактировать со всеми, со всем.
That's the task of our special forces to have contacts everywhere.
Президент, вы что, хотите меня под государственную измену подвести? Откуда у вас такие картинки, доктор? Мы не знаем. Предполагать можно все, что угодно.
So we don't know. You can always assume.
Вот мы замутили сейчас опрос в связи, как мы это теперь обычно делаем, ну, такой провокативный, как всегда. Доверяете ли вы статье американского СМИ о предательстве Пригожина? Да? Нет. Да.
So Mark runs a poll in his chat if you trust this article about Prigozhin. Yes, no?
Сейчас пока из 6400 голосов 34% да, доверяют. Нет, не доверяют.
34% say it is true, 65, 66.
Не смешной вообще расклад-то вообще. Все по нарастающей идет. В части конфликта с ним, всех его заявлений, они все жестче и жестче. Ну, честно говоря, это на единоначале явно подрывает командование и всего остального.
So what do you think the fates Prigozhin is going to be in the Wanker PMC in the shortcoming future?
Марк, его судьба давно у меня не вызывает ни малейшего сомнения.
Mark, I know his fate 100%.
Некоторые говорят, это все как бы...
Some people are arguing, you know?
Ты считаешь, что
it's not...
Ну как все. Некоторое время этот метеор будет красиво гореть. Еще как.
So you think Prigozhin is done and Wanker is too? Well, for some time this meteor is gonna still be lit up in the sky, you know?
Не, ну мы с удовольствием чипсы и пиво всегда у нас в холодильнике.
Well, we have crisps and beer in the...
150 тысяч. Давай еще перед тем, как обратиться к карте и ситуации на фронте, поговорим. Появился сегодня Лукашенко. Вот, и,
so Lukashenko was on video today?
Он такой, значит, любит вот это все. И изображает, значит,
wearing uniform,
хотя вид у него явно...
pretends that he's busy as a bee,
такой, как будто мешком битый.
But looks like he was hit by a fucking sledgehammer.
Проверял готовность ПВО белорусского по части отражения возможно такой же.
He also kind of confirmed that Russians shot down their own planes and helicopters. So he was checking Belarusian anti-air if they're not gonna do some stupid like that.
Действий со стороны, видимо, Украины или там других недоброжелателей и так далее. Ты считаешь, что специально показали?
So do you think they showed him on purpose to calm down the people?
Куда будет развиваться? Я не знаю, видел ты эту видеозапись или нет. Ну,
I don't know if you saw the video, but I think he's kind of sick.
Непонятно, правда, чем, с перевязанной этой ручкой ходит.
Я считаю, что очень странно проверять ПВО, когда по поводу того, что чужое ПВО сбило самолеты твоего союзника.
I think it's very weird to check your own anti-air when the allied planes and helicopters were shot down by their own anti-air. What anti-air has anything to do with it?
Это удивительно само по себе. Хорошо. Значит, второе, что меня весьма забавляет в этой ситуации, в Москве у него была перевязана правая рука.
The second thing what's funny to me is that the right arm was bandaged in Moscow. Now he has the left arm bandage.
Правая на праве. А сегодня перевязана левая рука. Я не знаю, какое объяснение этому искать. Инфекция бродит, или ему там, не знаю, что там, шунтирование делают, или там...
I don't know what's going on there.
Да,
But it's kind of weird.
Да, то есть, ну, в общем, что-то там не воды с Александром Григорьевичем происходит какие-то.
Something's happening.
Ясно, что
100%.
как только обстановка накалилась, и было показано, что он
It's his mirror. It's his clone, evil clone from Mirror Dimension.
в состоянии, он нашел себе силы, поднялся и даже сделал парадную фотку какую-то, которая должна...
So I think he probably should be bedridden, but he found some life force to get up from bed and do some stuff. What's going on with him? People say he's sick, some shit with heart, and he didn't appear for some time. Didn't give speeches that he was supposed to give. He had his arm bandaged. First it was the right one, now it's the left one. His voice is very like shitty now. I don't know.
Знаменовать, что у диктатора все хорошо, он живет и здравствует, и еще ого всем покажет. Эрдоган, безусловно, не является диктатором, но мы помним, да, что когда у него случилось некоторое время назад проблемы со здоровьем, ему тоже срочно понадобилось на второй день показать, что он работает с бумагами, управляется и так далее.
But a lot of dictators are very susceptible to that, to such a problem. You know, you have to show to your people that you're strong. Same thing happened with Erdogan recently.
Поэтому авторитетные или авторитарные лидеры, авторитетным мы назовем Эрдогана, авторитарным Лукашенко, они вынуждены
Authoritarian
как бы непрерывно демонстрировать сверхчеловеческое здоровье. И
leaders should constantly demonstrate good health, proactivity,
мобилизируются вокруг них,
and all of
работают
that,
на их руководящей воле.
because people mobilize around these figures,
начинают вызывать сомнения и брожение.
and as soon as something is happening, you see how, by the way, you see how quickly the hearsay begins to spread, you know, it's like, oh shit, dead, fucking whatever.
Александр Григорьевич героически всегда это делал парадную
So
и, значит, сумел некоторое время...
they have to present, they have to show they're
Нет, ну это
right.
же очевидно, если ты демонстрируешь слабость хоть какую-то, старость, может,
Well, it's obvious when you demonstrate weakness or being old, etc.
Это же создает соблазн в таких условиях стабильности диктатора. Это
definitely attacks your
для
stability.
окружения, для массы, для того, чтобы, ну а что, он же не опасен, он же такой вот с катетером и так далее. Поэтому тут логика очевидна, на мой взгляд. Вот. Но ты считаешь, что как раз из этих целей он себя демонстрирует, и угрозы такой, чтобы... Ну, а зачем-то
So you think that he shows up on camera specifically for that, to look stronger, right?
Он 5 дней не появлялся, значит, нужно было появиться. Значит, все-таки он ощущает, что такое возможно.
Да нет, просто количество разговоров достигло критического уровня уже.
So why did he show up? Did he started feeling breath down his back? No. It's because the too many discussions about his health were spreading, so he had to show that he's not dead yet.
Подождем и этого. Ну что же, тогда последняя новость. Второй тур выборов будет в...
So the second term is going to be in Turkey?
Вообще, говорить, все разговоры о демократии с точки зрения вот России, там, про Украину мы не говорим, все-таки, в общем...
All the discussions from the point of view of Russia about the democracy.
А для России это просто невероятный уровень демократии. Чтобы...
Maybe got fatter because he has some issues with his heart. That could be the case.
Глава обвиняемый государства чуть ли не там в авторитарных замашках просто взял, баллотировался и оказался на грани второго тура непредсказуемого или предсказуемого.
For Russia, it's bad news because look at this guy, look at Erdogan. He's very close with his opposition. Mark is hitting an interesting point here. Every time a dictator is getting fucking blasted from his position, it's a red flag for all the other ones.
Тем не менее, это немыслимый уровень демократии для такой страны, как Россия. Вот, чтобы все понимали.
But for Russia, it's absolutely incomprehensible level of democracy.
В этом понимаю тоже. То есть я вам хочу сказать, что немыслимый, потому что все разговоры о его авторитаризме в таких условиях, как Саакашвили в свое время обвиняли в авторитаризме, он просто взял и ушел после того, как проиграл выборы парламентские. Вот. Но тем не менее будет второй тур. И
despite that, there's going to be a second round.
Вчерашнего эфира. Как это
я не специалист, я не специалист по Турции.
Listen, I'm no Turkey specialist, okay? I prefer chicken, he says.
Который понимает гораздо больше, чем я. И эти люди говорят, что они ошиблись, они не ожидали подобного результата. Большинство экспертов рисовали соотношение процентов с точностью до набата.
Most experts were expecting different results.
Рисовали то, что в результате получил Эрдоган. Поэтому все эксперты уже ошиблись, как это часто с ними бывает. И предсказывали, а мне не эксперту браться что-то предсказывать очень сложно. Посмотрим.
So, and they thought the percentages are going to be flipped. So it's going to be Kemal in front a little bit. But it seems like all the experts were wrong. So let's just take a look what you can see. You know,
Ну
what's
окей.
gonna happen.
Пойдем дальше, посмотрим, что на карте, что
All
происходит.
right, let's look at the map. What's happening
Значит, на фронте, прежде всего, конечно,
on the
опять
front
Бахмут.
line?
А дело в том, что, ну, в общем, пусть чуть медленнее, но
So,
продолжается.
Slower,
раздвижение
but
флангов.
still,
Я имею
the
в виду
flanks are being pushed
которые мы
away
с тобой обсуждали.
in Bakhmut.
То есть расширяется, в общем, значит, территория подконтрольная
So the
вооруженным
territory that is under control for Ukrainian troops is getting bigger.
силам Украины именно на Бахмутском направлении. И многие задаются вопросом, мне постоянно задают вопрос, это уже контрнаступление?
And a lot of people are asking me, is this already a
Или
counterattack?
это рано об этом
Or
говорить?
is it
Как
just
это?
soon to talk about it?
Ну, во-первых, у меня родилась казарменная шутка по поводу раздвигания.
Well, first of all, I have a joke about spreading, but
Флангов. Ну, я держусь память о том, что...
of the flanks, but
Нечестный разговор.
but I'll probably drop it. So
Так что да, забудем. Да. Ну, я бы рассказал, извините. Что касается контрнаступления, это не контрнаступление.
and what concerns the counterattack, it's not a counterattack.
В лучшем случае,
Best
это можно
case,
считать
it's
одним из его элементов.
it's one of the elements of the counterattack.
Вот. Потому что контрнаступление...
Because the
событие
counterattack
оперативного масштаба.
is a definition. It's an event of an operational level.
Вокруг Бахмута это...
The situation around Bakhmut is like tactical / operational / tactical. It's level below, smaller.
А контрнаступление будет событием оперативно-стратегического даже масштаба.
Counterattack is going to be operational strategic level.
Поэтому на
So,
два выше. Поэтому здесь мерить нельзя. Это как сотня и десятка.
It's like comparing. Whatever. It's like comparing. Arshad says it's weird that he said that, but he says it's like comparing my dick to an average penis. You know.
Поэтому ну,
Can't
это
do
важнейшие действия. И важность их заключается и в символическом капитале, пока навеяно вокруг Бахмута, обеими сторонами. И второе, это символический капитал.
No, he didn't say that.
Прямо влияет на моральный фактор. И это,
So first of all, it definitely influences the moral
моральный
factor.
фактор соотносится со всеми остальными как 3 к 1. Важнейшее.
And that you know that could be weight in gold.
Самое важное. Во-вторых,
Could be
там
one of the
идет
most
перемалывание
important ones.
весьма боеспособной группировки войск противника, где она, которая,
And there's still a lot of enemy there.
ну, скажем так, не чувствует недостатка ни в артиллерии, ни в снарядах, ничего.
And
Ее снабжают
they
таким
have
образом, в отличие от
means,
очень многих других группировок российских. Поэтому, ну,
so,
у кого? Наши продолжают,
unlike some
вы,
other
что вы
parts
заметили,
of
раздвигать
the
свои
Russian
ключевые
army.
узлы языки.
So, as you noticed, we're spreading the flanks.
Их
as you-
продолжают немножко пытаться двигаться в Бахмуте, как
as you
это
said.
обычно.
So we're trying to move a little
Это
bit.
ненормально, потому что когда тебя раздвигают, надо отодвигаться, вы равны.
So, and Russians are trying to move towards us as well. But it's very unusual. When you're getting spread, you should move away, not forward.
Ну, пусть гребут.
So,
Гребут,
well, let
и
them.
посмотрим, чем это закончится.
We'll see how
Не
it's
совершенно
gonna
шагом
end.
легко, но некоторые успехи злые
I
языки
definitely not easy for us.
утверждают с той стороны, опять сегодня на юге и на севере. Соответственно, южная и северная Кришна.
Well, I said it's not really, right?
Вот, поэтому посмотрим.
Так, на других участках что-то есть, на твой взгляд, значимое?
Ну, Генштаб сегодня сообщил Авдеевка, Угледар и Марьинка. Особенно Марьинка. Сегодня была зона атак противника.
So, anything important in other places? Is Avdiivka, Marianka, and Ugledar are also points where Russians try to do some advancing?
Авдеевка, Угледар, штурмовые действия, бои. Такое. Понятно, что
fighting
4 точки
going
наибольшей
on.
интенсивности, это не значит, что бои не продолжаются на других участках фронта.
Of course, obviously, it's just the most intensive points of contact. On other frontline directions, we still have
Но
fights
они
as
имеют
well.
местный характер, что называется.
Ну, а, так сказать, Кременная Сватова, на твой взгляд...
Кременная
Там
Сватова, what's
посмотрим.
going on
Там,
there?
кстати, была очень пристойная группировка российских войск,
The Russians were there. There was a lot of them, and now it's kind of like
которая все
died down a little bit.
ожидала победы под Бахмутом, что была анонса.
They were all waiting for Bakhmut to fall, so they would start advancing in other
Выравнивать то, что мы
places.
набрали в результате Харьковской операции. Так она не дождалась своего часа.
But they didn't wait for it.
Ее попытки вести частное наступление, они уперлись в
So
нашу
their
армию,
attempts to
противника,
try and advance, they
и в
just
настоящее время
kind of
не
like
считают нужным,
failed.
не в состоянии выступить. Я больше
So
становлюсь как-то.
they can't continue their advance anymore.
Ну, по карте все, я правильно понимаю?
All right, is that
Да,
it on the
большая
map?
сила оттуда перебрасывали под Бахмут, не очень большую, но перебрасывали, поэтому
Yeah.
им не до наступления. Там очень трудно наступать.
In Svatova Kremina, it's very difficult to advance, so some of the troops they took from there and put on Bakhmut direction.
Так, так.
Alright, alright,
66 тысяч
alright.
нас смотрит, 61 тысяч поставили лайки.
Mark says again,
Знаешь ли ты, в результате взрыва в
don't
центре
forget to
Луганска
support
сегодня пострадали 7
Top
человек,
Senma.
сообщил в Рио главы ЛНР Пасечник. Все ранены госпитализированы.
So the head of the LPR internal ministry, whatever the fuck,
В
Pasechnik,
лечебном учреждении республики 4 мужчин находятся в тяжелом состоянии.
hurt
Среди них парень 17 лет, а
because
также
LPR
в
explosion.
Рио министр внутренних дел ПЛНР Игорь Корнет.
I'm sorry, the cornet Igor Kornet,
Подождите,
whatever,
будет медики профильное ведомство выясняет
got
обстоятельства,
hurt.
бла-бла-бла.
Blah blah
Ну,
blah.
слушай, этот Корнет
He's
он
in
давно уже
heavy.
чинит. Это, так сказать, министр внутренних дел уже, ну, с
He's in heavy. So it's an interior minister in LPR.
биографией такой, с бэкграундом определенно.
L. That's right.
Ну, его Луганск очень хорошо знает. Он давно
Yeah, Luhansk knows him well.
такой товарищ.
Да,
Луганский. С биографией, с опытом. Ну, парень, он ни при чем, просто гражданский, конечно, жаль, сочувствие.
Ну, понятно.
Этим товарищам, типа, из охраны, самому Корнету, ну...
It's bad that some civilians got hurt in the explosion, but the Cornet and his guards, they took an L. PR.
Фен взорвался, всякое бывает.
Фен
Барбашов
взорвался?
опасное место.
Настолько?
It happens, you know.
Я тебя понял. Ну, такая что? Бывает, да. Ну, то есть, они как-то часто стали взрываться, то фен, то еще что-нибудь.
So all these motherfuckers started blowing up all of a sudden, right?
Ну, то есть, как бы, предатели же земли, коллаборанты земля же не любят.
Earth doesn't like traitors and collaborants, right?
Да, и вот периодически то...
So,
понимаешь,
sometimes,
машине
periodically.
то фен.
Shit's going on.
Сигнализация отворот, как ты себя не так ведет, под домом прямо. В основном машины, конечно, но бывает и барбершопы, как видим.
Mostly it's cars, but barbershops
работают наиболее мужественные чуваки.
can be sometimes too.
Почему? Потому что там опасно такое.
You know why there's crazy dudes with like long beards and tough looks work in barbershops? Because it's shit like this happens.
Истинные спартанцы.
True Spartans.
В парикмахерской? Хорошо.
In the
Ладно, поехали
barbershop?
дальше. Нет, я
Okay.
с уважением отношусь, так сказать. Сам стригусь.
Все с уважением отношусь.
Нет, конечно, вопросов нет, просто место такое. Ну вот смотри,
Alright.
знаешь ли ты, что собирается прибыть в
do you
Украину спецпредставитель, бывший посол Китая, Хуай?
That a former ambassador, Chinese ambassador, Russian Chinese ambassador, is going to be in Ukraine? I think it's the guy.
Я так произнесу его фамилию, потому что на этот счет опять пошлые шутки, я не хочу в них участвовать в силу своего приличия. Поэтому, тем не менее, вот как-то продолжается. И сегодня, между прочим, представитель Китая в ООН заявил,
The representative of the China in the United Nations said
что вот не стоит ждать
that
перехода к переговорам, мирных переговоров по Украине.
It says we shouldn't expect fast discussions about peace in Ukraine.
Может занять чуть ли не годы и так далее. Тем не
It
менее,
may take
активность
years,
очевидная со стороны
but the
Китая
activity is obvious from China.
Симпатизантов. Вот.
And China sympathizers.
Как
China.
на это смотришь, насколько это вообще...
So what do you think?
Я думаю, Марк, что российское поражение – это общее место. Поражение путинской клики, вот, российской группировки в Украине.
I think that the Russian defeat, Putin defeat, his circle.
Всем понятно, что уже как бы процесс, который...
Everyone knows it's the process that cannot be stopped.
Неизбежен в том или ином варианте. Значит, следующим вопросом для тех, кто умеет планировать.
So people who are planning, who are strategic thinking, they're planning ahead the next step.
Стратегически становится вопрос, как оформлять это поражение.
So
и чья
how
доля это
this
поражение,
loss is going to look like,
оформление
right?
этого поражения. И каждый хочет свою долю. Китай тоже хочет свою долю. Потому что он решает две задачи. Не дать усилиться
And China wants their peace as well.
и не дать проиграть окончательно России. Потому что Россия ему нужна хотя бы по той простой причине,
They still need Russia.
чтобы она не перешла к Западу. За Россию идет своего рода конкуренция.
So it wouldn't go to the West.
Запад хочет, чтобы Россия была антикитайской, пусть сдержанно, пусть скрытно, или нейтрально хотя бы. Китай хочет, чтобы Россия была антизападной или хотя бы нейтральной.
So China wants Russia to be anti-Western, and or at least neutral, and the West wants it to be anti-China or at least neutral.
Поэтому они все решают свою задачу.
So they're all trying to
это
solve their
свою стратегию видим
problems.
значение спецпредставителей и выступления посредником на переговорах. Потому что посредник всегда...
So China wants to solve this problem to be an intermediary on the negotiations and have
Было
status
полгода
in
назад были
this.
сомнения, не пойдет ли Китай решать эту проблему методом передачи вооружения и военной техники Российской Федерации.
Ну, это точно
не пошел. Не пошел.
So about half a year ago, everyone's been discussing if China is going to supply weapons to Russia. Obviously, it didn't happen.
И не пойдет.
And it won't happen. But being an intermediary is prestige, is peaceful option. Blah, blah, blah. It's a guaranteed place on the table, behind the table when they're going to split.
Поэтому они развили активность, а дальше идет плановая деятельность. Он сейчас будет обижать ООН,
Now they're doing high activity.
Запад, Европу, США.
They're going to be talking a lot and everywhere.
Только боюсь, как бы не был бы такой же ответ, боюсь в кавычках, как ответил президент Зеленский по Пермскому. Жестко и недвусмысленно. Что нам такое посредничество не нужно. Китай.
And however, the answer they may receive might be just as straightforward as when Zelensky told Pope that we don't need we don't need an intermediary of such kind. We're not going to trade our territory for peace.
Да, и он, конечно, так не ответит, но все равно настоит на своем.
Maybe Zelensky is not going to say the same to China, but
Ни одного
still
российского солдата на нашей территории.
he will say the same. Not a single Russian soldier on our territory, and then we're talking.
Ну, то есть ты считаешь, что в ближайшем будущем...
So you think then in the near future there's going to be no like peace stuff? No. It's typical diplomatic stuff. So. We've seen this before. The Pope did that? Yeah, the Pope was always fucking cucked. He basically was suggesting in the beginning that you shouldn't fight, it's bad, but he never had like hardcore positions that, you know, he didn't condemn Russia. He just like war equals bad and everyone needs to work to stop the war and reach the agreements. But, and I'm assuming that behind closed doors, something like that was also happening, and Zelensky just said, we are not trading territory for peace. We don't want any Russian soldier on our soil.
Не знаю, по ходу, ну это мы наконец оставим. У нас продолжается голосование. Доверяете ли вы статье американского СМИ, но это Вашингтон Пост, я ее уже видели, о предательстве Пригожина. Мы так назвали, потому что долго описывать в вопросе слив позиций Министерства обороны взамен за освобождение оставшихся.
Mark says support tops and stream. Subscribe.
Видимо, будут трактовать его.
Donate, guys. Join Discord.
Тем не менее, да,
also, join my Patreon. I have Patreon, guys. It's PogU content right there.
Вот, смотри, несколько.
О, боже мій. Ще один хейтер Арестовича, який подивився якусь труху зйобану, блядь, або якийсь інсайдер і тепер травить. Не рекомендую тобі це робити в моєму чаті.
Власти относительно поставок вооружений. США по-прежнему не планируют передавать Украине оперативно-тактические ракеты «Аткамс».
Okay, so regarding the weapon deliveries from America, America said that they still don't want to provide TACMs to Ukraine. However, UK is already giving Ukraine longer range missiles.
США не могут, да, далее Соединенные Штаты не меняли пока своего
USA did not change their decision on F-16.
На брифинге, онлайн-брифинге координатор по стратегической коммуникации в Совете национальной безопасности Белого дома Джон Кирби.
John Kirby confirmed that.
Претерпело ли изменение позиции Вашингтона по возможной передаче Киеву?
He was asked if Washington rethought giving F-16s to Ukraine. He said, nope.
Ответ нет. Заявил Кирби, и никаких дальнейших комментариев по этому вопросу
не последовало. Further comments.
Заявлено было, Пентагон подтверждает доставку в Германии 31 танка Абрамс для обучения украинских военных.
Pentagon confirms that 31 Abrams tank reached Europe to train Ukrainian troops on it.
Обучение украинских пилотов французскими военными может начаться уже сейчас, заявил Макрон.
However, Macron said that Ukrainian fighter jet pilots can begin training almost now.
Президент Франции. Так, и вот последнее, что я хотел, чтобы ты прокомментировал. Поговорим. Из пакета помощи Украине на сумму $48 миллиардов, который Конгресс США одобрил в декабре, осталось 6 миллиардов, пишет издание «Политика».
Politico says that $6 billion are left as part of the $48 billion package for Ukraine.
По оценке конгрессменов, которые приводит издание, это значит, что деньги на помощь Украине в американском бюджете иссякнут к июлю. Ну,
it means that the budget is going to be depleted by July.
Там, наверное, будет новый пакет помощи. И последний...
Well, maybe there's going to be another package.
Vengria заблокировала 500 миллионов.
And the last one, Hungary, of course. Who else blocked 500 million euros of military help to Ukraine? There was a vote and they blocked it.
Они заблокировали и в то же время тут же заявили о том, что приветствуют усилия Китая за посредничество. Я подозреваю, что...
They blocked it and immediately said that they support China's attempt to be an intermediary. I think it's the Chinese pressure on them.
Да, не исключаю во всяком случае. Потому что это две новости оказались так рядом из уст практически одного человека, да, министра иностранных дел, что как бы стало понятным.
These news just flew very close.
Это игра такая какая-то, знаешь, слишком очевидно.
Марк, они...
This Hungary is fucking cringe.
Реально задолбали.
He says, yeah, I agree. Fucking annoying
Я бы говорил
bitches,
Венгрия,
you know?
Венгрия большая разная, а правящая коалиция во главе с...
This coalition with Orban at the tip of the caca, dude, it's fucking annoying
Дела
bitches.
которого, да,
says.
дела которого
Oh, that's right.
1-2 resubscribed for 31 months.
31.
Aluni carpet, aluni carpet, aluni carpet.
And we're... Thank you, buddy.
Эти атомные станции еще проверять и венгерским компетентным органам международным. Я бы порекомендовал им заняться этой темой.
You understand that language? What? Ukrainian... well, it's Russian language, sorry. Yeah, I understand Russian language. I kind of want to forget it. I'm sure after the war I will.
Как принималось решение о строительстве АЭС в Венгрии? Вот, но...
He definitely said that, yeah.
Ясно, что такая история долго продолжаться не будет. Откровенно вызывающая антиукраинская, антиевропейская, антинатовская позиция рано или поздно.
So obviously this is anti-Ukraine, anti-NATO, anti-Western position from Hungary. Just like before, it's only temporary, and they will be persuaded.
Во всяком случае, на прошлой неделе американский посол в Венгрии слово уже не сильно подбирал.
At least the American ambassador in Hungary last week made statements, and he didn't really he didn't beat around the bush.
По отношению к такой позиции. Повышенных тонатов, это просто приведет к тому, что как у Пригожина шевелевочка оборвется. И делать, как это, поблескивать.
So I'm sure at some point the patience is gonna be, or there's gonna be no patience anymore, and the little rope is gonna break, just like with Prigozhin.
Единственное, как делают некоторые венгерские посадовцы, да, высокопосадовцы рассказывают про то, что они такие все объективные, они за мир, но послушайте.
Да не, ну,
ты трижды за мир, но ты дело даже не в этом. Ну, ты трижды за мир, но только у тебя ты входишь в два наднациональных блока ЕС и НАТО, которые приняли другое решение, и последовательно его...
Hungary likes to hide behind the word peace, that they're for peace, but you're part of the two international blocs like EU and NATO, and they made a different decision, and now you're being a hindrance and bone in the throat. It's you're working against your own alliance, fucking degenerate.
Поддержки Франции вступления в НАТО Украины. Перед этим было и Украина подписали декларацию о поддержке Франции вступления в НАТО Украины.
Oh, he says that Ukraine and France signed the document to support Ukraine accession to NATO.
Было подписано с Германией и с Британией.
And previously we did sign it with Germany and Britain. Oh, I guess we signed with all of them, huh?
Результаты визита президента.
It's the results of the presidential visit. I just heard about the Germany. I didn't hear about the UK and France.
От Германии и Франции дождаться этого было. Это достаточно сенсационная вещь, пометуя их всегдашнюю позицию.
And it's pretty sensational to hear that.
Если они подписывают уже декларацию.
If those guys are signing, well, everyone else is, I bet, is going to sign too, right?
Это дорого стоит. И вот перед этой коллективной позицией.
It's worth a lot. So
очень интересно послушать Венгрию.
It's very interesting to hear Hungary. What they're gonna say with such a collective position? Are they gonna go against?
Как бы она венгерские представители не превратилась в эдакого одинокого Лаврова на саммите НАТО или ЕС, который будет рассказывать.
Could be a lonely Lavrov on the EU summit.
Да, все за, а вот у нас особая позиция.
That's gonna be saying that we have a special position on this.
И сидеть потом как оплеванные от своих.
And then be spat on by everyone else.
Нет Украины. От своих коллег по НАТО.
So.
Ну хорошо, а относительно поставок вооружений, вот как тебе видится?
So what about the military supplies to
поставки этих вооружений в контексте контрнаступления своевременные, они по графику?
Will they be there on time to assist in the counterattack? Do you have a feeling that Zelensky visits the country specifically to get weapons ASAP?
С темпами поставок, потому что я не знаю темпы поставок. Чтобы знать темпы поставок,
70 pieces RC-10. France don't have regular tanks or what? Why do they give us like half tanks?
Надо знать, что поставили и что ожидали, какому сроку. Это секретная информация, которую знает.
Well, Mark, it's very hard for me to gauge if about the military deliveries because this information is super secret. I don't know what is delivered and what is the terms, you know?
3,5 человек по обе стороны границы, наша и НАТО. Я выражал недовольство тем, что они поставляют дальнобойное оружие.
I was just saying that they're not supplying long-range missiles.
Но это политическое решение.
But it's a political
не
decision,
военное,
not a military one.
Соображениями, которые могут трактоваться только однозначно. Опасением некоторых политических последствий. На данном этапе, я хочу подчеркнуть, у меня нет сомнений, что самолеты и дальнобойные ракеты будут поставлены.
So again, planes and long-range missiles will be supplied. I have zero doubt about that.
Но когда трудно
But
сказать.
when that's gonna
На
happen,
данном
it's hard
этапе
to say.
по каким-то причинам, мне понятно по каким, и я много раз это говорил, могу еще раз повториться, они не поставляют. Очевидно, существует то ли негласная договоренность, то ли общее соображение,
So they're not supplying that. Obviously, there's some agreement.
то ли
There's
некое
some
предупреждение, сигналы, что
warning from Russia or
которые
something like
должны
that.
помешать Китаю начать поддерживать Россию более.
Or maybe there's some signals from China regarding that, you know?
Возможно, это красные линии не для Кремля, они на них уже все песочком сыпали, для Китая, например. Или личное самостоятельное соображение Запада о том, что
Or maybe it's a collective West decision
ну,
that
поставка самолетов дальнобойных ракет на данном этапе толкнет Россию в сторону Китая с большей пользой.
at this point giving planes, for example, is going to push Russia towards China even further.
С большим, вернее, коэффициентом полезного действия, чем было до сих пор. А основная задача Запада в этой войне
And the main task of the West in this war
России перейти на сторону
is not to allow Russia to go to China's side.
окончательно. Это все. Уже не знаю, как они высчитали эту зависимость. Почему?
I don't know how they calculated this dependency.
Самолеты дальнобойные ракеты должны.
Why specifically it's the planes and long-range missiles?
Не знаю.
I don't know.
Но очевидно, где-то такое
But obviously something like that is they're thinking about it.
Ну вот смотри, мы 30 уже 1 минуту в эфире, кстати. Росфинмониторинг, таки у него с украинской вооруженной, как они это называют, украинская, вооруженное формирование Легион Свободы России в перечень террористов и экстремистов. Ну, не секрет.
So Legion of Freedom of Russia is now put in the list of extremists in Russia.
Что, соответственно,
That's
я
funny.
посещал, когда Киев, я
Mark
приглашение
says-
Легиона побывал.
Mark says, when I was in Kiev, I visited the Legion. They invited me.
В базе поговорил с курсантами и так далее. Ну, интересно, что они
Talk to
украинские,
some people.
Ну, она украинская, может быть, по месту нахождения, но все-таки там...
Нет, это точно надо сказать. Это российское вооруженное формирование в составе вооруженных сил Украины. Комплектованное только гражданами России.
So it's a Russian formation as a part of the Ukrainian military.
Поэтому это как Нормандия Неман бывает в составе Красной Армии, например. Французское вооруженное подразделение в составе Красной Армии. То же самое, это российское вооруженное формирование. Вооруженная позиция режима Путина в составе вооруженных сил Украины.
Так, и ты полагаешь,
So
что,
you think that
собственно, это действие, оно что должно означать? Они вот собираются каким-то продолжать?
what is this action against this formation from Russia? What are they gonna do?
Означать это должно, что они тормоза. Потому что на 15
It means that they're fucking morons.
месяца существования легиона,
Because this legion exists for 15 months now, and they only just added them to the list.
который уже заслужил очень много реальных подвигов и дел, совершивших на фронте, они очнулись и вступили в Росфинмониторинг. Возможно, это позволит накладывать какие-то санкции на родственников, там пытаться воздействовать на имущество
Maybe they will try to influence the relatives or people inside Russia somehow because of this, but
для тех, кто будет, скажем так, установлен российскими спецслужбами, либо записан в состав этого региона, не особо разбираюсь, а вот для того, чтобы там нанести материальный ущерб и моральный состав внутри самой России, родственникам, либо тем, кто приехал сюда.
to try and exert pressure on these
Состав
guys.
региона персонально держится в секрете, там известно 1-2 человека, которые публично не побоялись выступить.
Ну да.
But most of the people are anonymous there. Only 2 guys revealed their identities because they didn't give a fuck.
Вот как-то так.
So
Видимо,
that's the
санкции
thing.
внутрироссийские, устрашения и так далее. Но я думаю, что эти меры вызовут обратный эффект. Он больше озлобится, еще больше будет добровольцев.
They will try to threaten them and blackmail them, but I don't think it's going to work. Obviously, it's going to work the opposite way.
Ну вот смотри, Ереван, о нем идет сейчас речь, опасается санкций со стороны Запада, сотрудничества с Россией, дополнять премьер-министра.
Okay, the fucking boring news after that. Don't care. Zelensky was here today. I've seen a motorcade recently in my city, and I was like, damn, who was that? That whoever was that was really important dude. So yeah, I don't know who was that though. All right, what do I have here?
After months of setbacks on the Bakhmut front, they are advancing as the weather improves. We joined the 3rd Brigade, and they wanted to show us how they're forcing the Russians back. The fighting here remains fierce, and the last few hundred meters towards the new front line have to be made on foot, across open grounds.
You can hear in the distance the sound of small arms fire.
No, you don't understand. That's not the case. EU tries to pull Russia to the west. They're trying to pull Russia without Putin to the west. Russia post-war. They want to. They will fight for that geopolitical control, it's not the best way for you to pull Russia towards EU. It goes against your values if EU stops weapon supplies, and then Russia just will attack EU regardless. It's not the best way. Absolutely. It's not like Russia is going to say, oh, you don't support Ukraine now? Good. Thank you. We're best friends now. Absolutely not. It's about the value of the West. I'm saying the West has values of respecting borders, respecting international security, respecting democracy and people's right to choose their path and countries' right to choose their path. First of all, the West cannot ignore this situation. That's first of all. It's going to hurt West way more than having Russia with them. So that's off the table. And if they want, like, what you just said is just kind of like you're missing the whole fucking thing. You're missing the whole point.
Crackle of machine gun in the distance. The Russian positions are not far away from here. We're now entering the area that the Ukrainians took from them a few days ago.
Ні, там далі там. Просто це дивіться, оце звідси туди, оце ділянка, де вони підлазили.
Down here is one of the foxholes that they were in. Inside, you can see Russian clothing, boots, and everything that they left behind when this was cleared out.
Looks
These
like
stretches of woodland have been
Thanos snap
decimated by
aftermath.
shrapnel and gunfire. What should be fields of wheat are pockmarked by the constant shelling. This footage from a helmet camera shows how the brigade cleared these areas. Infantry using grenades and storming the positions. Some of the Russians fled, chased away by bullet and shell. Others were captured, but many were killed here in the fighting.
А враховуючи те, як ми просунулись і скільки по всій лінії, скільки було загиблих, це по попереднім даним, то це взагалі чудово.
And as we were leaving, they were still collecting the bodies of Russian soldiers from the battlefields.
Його наші вбили, може його вбило навіть і цей мінометка. У нього дуже много ранень. А так, там багато є просто трупів. Дуже багато.
He didn't say too many, he said a lot. Like, not too many. Can never be too many.
The operations here are a prelude to Ukraine's coming counter-offensive.
I understand,
It
but
could
that's not
start
what I
any
heard
day
the
now.
first time. I've been to uni and had international law courses. What could he possibly mean? Except that thing. Maybe I don't know, maybe I mistranslated that. I don't know. He obviously means fighting for
They scan the landscape
control over
for Russian
Russia.
movements. But despite Ukraine's
After the war.
success in recent days, Russia still controls 90%.
Like the West cannot fight for Russia until Putin is there, right? The West wants Russia to lose. The West wants internal processes in Russia to start, like to start, and maybe they want Russia to become, democratic, something like that in the future. They don't want China to have influence over Russia, but China has an upper hand here.
Moots. They show us a drone live stream of the city, and the damage is horrific. This place is now a smoking ruin. The soldiers here, though, are confident they can win back their country, but any victory will take time.
Of course, we're optimistic.
True,
We
that's the
know
real
what we are
that's the real
doing.
cause.
We know how we must do
Turn Russia gay.
our attack or our defense.
It's already taken up
We
the
know
ass, so I
that
don't
in
know
the end,
how-
maybe 2, 3, 5 years, I don't know.
how you
we
can
will
make
win
them
this
even
one.
more gay.
When the main counter-offensive comes is still a guessing game, even for the troops on the ground. but they know their time is coming, and they say they are ready. Alex Rossi, Sky News, on the Bakhmut front.
Hello everyone, this is your
Memes, let's go,
daily
guys.
dose of internet.
Yeah, you did. KJ, stay out that drawer. God, I'm not playing with you. Give it here. Give it here. Give it here, Kendall. Give it here.
This dog is an amazing actor.
Oh my god. I think wars in 21st century now is big performances. At the moment, no civility, you're lost. You live in a white gated community. You're never interacted with anyone in your fucking life except barista at a Starbucks, and you believe that the people are not capable for violence and war in 21st century just because they're fucking brainwashed and pumped on fucking propaganda, my guy. Go outside, touch some grass. The world is not ruled by globalists, George Soros, and fucking chemicals. There's no chemtrails. You're a fucking child that never experienced anything in his life. Maybe one day you'll be smarter than that.
Whoa! I have never seen a dog get extreme zoomies like this before.
I woke up in a new Bugatti.
This poor guy was afraid to go down the water slide.
Oh no.
What did you buy?
Okay. His favorite cafe just went bankrupt. Be nice. The anarchist.
Normally, I forget to water my plants. So I thought a cactus would be the way to go.
Excuse me, miss. Would you be interested in $20 or spin the wheel to win $1,000?
Might as well spin, right?
Let it rip.
It has a little motor, yeah.
A baby buffalo was
Very
scaring this
funny.
elephant.
Ellie, you should take a video. Oh, shoot, man. Oh my god. Did you get Ellie? Why is that elephant scared of a baby buffalo?
What's your dream job? What do you want to do when you grow up?
I'm gonna be a doctor.
Yeah. How much do you want to make?
I'm gonna make people feel okay.
I'm really not sure how you get yourself in this sort of situation.
Goddamn female drivers, am I right, boys? Yeehaw! God damn it! Buying them up the driver's license after empty boat. The motherfucker just left.
I guess putting heavy weights in a cart isn't a great idea.
He fell? What happened? No.
I guess this is a new thing to worry about. People are using drones to deliver illegal packages to people they know in prison.
Oh, shit. There you go. Nobody goes outside now. You sit in your cells all the time. Good job.
I found an artist that can make some incredible paintings in Microsoft Paint.
Well, you have a drawing thing, right? It shouldn't be that hard. It's a fucking...
This
it's
bunny
called, it's called Paint, bro.
Woke up from a nap and thought it was all alone in the house.
I live in Russia here working projects from bank for international settlements, and we almost start digital ruble like China. If you think it just talking the conspiracy while I wait you in 2032. It's very optimistic of you to think that Russia will exist in 2032, but okay.
Be careful, babe.
Caught him, dude.
In case you didn't know, rats can be trained to use a litter box. That is the end of this video. We hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you guys again very, very soon.
It's
Later.
crazy that a Russian speaks English. You can get in prison for that. Did you know? And then after prison, you go to the front line. Did you know that too? By the way, why aren't you why aren't you mobilized? Why you? Wait, what happened? Oh. He's a suspicious user now. Yeah, this plugin Banana that I use that plugin that you told me. This one, it just like kind of has some quirks. When somebody is getting suspicious user after a couple of messages, it shows his messages again on my fucking thing, and when somebody gets banned, their whole chat history is on the screen as well, which is very bad. No, it's not GPT, it's just chat plugin. It's just this thing that I use to display chat on my screen. I didn't make it. You did this! You made it, no? You're the coder guy, didn't you make all the code in the world? Isn't it you? You did it. I like how I said chat plugin and Magic Panther's like ChatGPT plugin? AI? My guy, do you think about anything else? It should work soon, the plugins for ChatGPT, well, hopefully. I've been doing some research today, and man, it's fucking sucks. I hate doing research, Googling, going to the websites, getting the information. I just want a thing that could parse that shit for me and just give me everything I need. What is happening? Oh shit. A bribe of $3 million, Naboo, which is a planet in Star Wars, caught the head of the Supreme Court. No, it's Anti-Corruption Bureau of Investigation. Caught the head of the Supreme Court, Vsevolod Knyazev, in the heat. Well, meaning he was just taking the bribe. Wow. $2.7 million was the bribe, and he got caught. The head of the Supreme Court of Ukraine. Wow. Get fucked, pussy. This is the highest ranking this is the highest ranking official in the entire history of Ukraine arrested for bribery. I love that. Like the dynamic, you know? It doesn't care. It doesn't matter who you are. You're gonna get fucked. That's good. Knyazev was arrested. Another 18 judges have searches. Knyazhov was the head of the entire judicial system of Ukraine. This was the person to whom all the judicial instances of Ukraine were subordinate. The anti-corruption, cessation, constitutional, Supreme Courts considered that we were left without trial, basically. Without court. Well, for now, it's going to be somebody else instead of him, obviously. That's how the fucking cunt looked like. Look at that degenerate fucking beard. Piece of shit. You Ukrainians don't understand the corruption. It seems like you degenerate don't understand the situation of Ukraine, where the fucking Russians been introducing Russian affiliated people into our fucking country starting from 1991. You fucking stupid fuck. It's not just some degenerate. It not just some degenerate decides to take money. Most of them are affiliated with Russia one way or another. When the truth is being uncovered, it's like a lot of connections. So it's not just like we need to learn. We know everything about corruption, okay? It's extremely hard to fight that when even people that are supposed to fight that are Russia affiliated. Zelensky did amazing things in his term to anti-corruption system. Like, I feel like our anti-corruption efforts are biggest in the world at this fucking point. Read to the end? I don't wanna. Too long didn't read. Listen, you're not getting banned, so relax. And every botnik says Crimea voted to leave Ukraine. Crimea voted to be in Ukraine in 1991, so there it is. We're not asking again, you know? That was a one-time thing. I just wanted to prove Ukraine is not corrupt anymore. We have corruption still. But it's not that type of corruption, you know? It's like when people say when people say Ukraine is a corrupt country, it's like it's very hard to argue against that because we're doing amazing efforts against corruption. But corruption is not just it's like a different kind of corruption. It's like high treason corruption. And it's very hard to fight that, but we are doing that. And the most important thing is top of our government is not corrupt. That's the most important thing. Our government apparatus is not corrupt. Now, some participants below that are, and it's very hard to get them the fuck out of our country, but almost every day we get some news. This motherfucker got caught, this motherfucker got caught, the investigation here, you know, so it's... but I would love to say that we're not corrupt, but we are, and we're trying very hard not to be, and I think that's super awesome and commendable, and yeah, more people should recognize that. Well, Zelensky is based. What can I say? Do I trust cops in Ukraine? Absolutely. How can I not trust cops in Ukraine if I trust military in Ukraine? Like, during a time like this, you can only trust cops and military and the government. You don't have any other choice. Or it's not like you don't have other choice. You have other options. But you shouldn't take any other choice. You should always be, if your country is getting attacked and you see the government officials fight for your country, you should always be on their side. And the apparatus and the system, yeah, it's not perfect. Yeah, it has flaws. But Before the war, did I trust the police? I never interacted with police in my fucking life, so I didn't have a hard. It's very. Also, police doesn't carry like. Well, maybe they have guns. Police doesn't shoot here, okay? So we don't have any problems with police really. We had a police reform after Maidan and all of that shit. They had more funding, and they also was getting rid of corruption and shit like that. But if you see them, do you get nervous? No, absolutely not. Never. Whatever. I get nervous when I see military guys now, but I shouldn't. I know I shouldn't, and it sucks that I get nervous, but... I never really participated in the government that much, so... Do you get nervous when you see my subscribers? I don't see my subscribers here. Why would I see them here? In the US, it's very normal to get nervous when the cops are around. Bro, every time I see fucking like people getting beat up or fucking shot or some shit, it's always like, hey sir, calm down, and he's like, I'm not gonna calm down, okay? Fuck you, guy. He's like, calm down now, sir. It's like, bro. The cop never knows when you're gonna pull up a fucking gun and shoot him up. I understand why cops in US are super fucking jumpy, but I think it's a gun issue. It's not a cop issue. Potentially when the cop knows that potentially any citizen can have a gun and can shoot you, you would be jumpy. So get rid of your fucking guns and you're not gonna have police violence, I promise you. You have to talk to police and you get nervous? Well, you're a fucking serial killer with fucking hose in your basement, like piles of bodies. Of course you don't want to say some bullshit, because they're gonna be on your ass. You have this weird YouTube channel on YouTube that's dedicated to cop interactions where they headshot people and the guy goes like, "Oh, that's another good headshot." The proper phrase to use that is "boom, headshot." That's what you're supposed to say. People are weird. There's definitely some people that enjoy shooting other people, psychopaths or whatever, but I don't think a normal around-in-the-mill cop enjoys shooting people. He's just scared for his life, and he shot somebody, and I bet he feels horrible. Oh my god, you fucking dipshit Russian! Завали ебало, хуесос! Всем похуй на тебя, блядь, ублюдок ебаный, блядь. Сука, блядь, купи себе пластиковый пакет, нахуй, закрутись в него, блядь, и съеби, нахуй, с моего чата, блядь, русак вонючий, блядь. Иди, блядь, соси Путину яйца, хуесос, блядь. Съебался. Okay, Hama, don't look at the gun, don't try to grab the gun. Intrusive thoughts, right? Hama standing near a cop, he's like, I have this scalpel in my hand, I bet I could cut his throat right now with one swing. I am a surgeon! Have you seen that fucking meme? What is that degenerate show, bro? That looks so bad. I am a surgeon! What was that? That was so bad. It constantly pops up on my fucking TikTok, and now that I said out loud, it's gonna be even more often. The Good Doctor. What is this, like some autist is fucking doctor and he's like autistic, but because he's autistic he's also an extremely good surgeon, and that's why he's like autistic, that's why it's interesting. Exactly. Okay, makes sense. Wow. I literally saw like 10 fucking second clip of him screaming, "I am a surgeon," and I fucking guessed the whole premise of the show. Riveting writing. I talked to a cop once. He had a pin with some random number on it. I asked him if that's the number of people he's shot. He laughed. No, that's the number of your sister, dude. I thought all neurodivergent people become streamers these days. I'm not neurodivergent. I'm way too normal. Like mentally, you know? People get jealous. They're like, "Oh, you don't have mental issues?" And I'm like, "No." They're like, "No, you must have some." I'm like, "Nope. It's impossible. You probably have some, but you just internalize them and now you're ignoring them, but you actually have them." I'm like, "Shut the fuck up. Don't try to fucking mind fuck me into whatever." It's like, what a crazy proposition. What neurodivergence is supposed to mean? It's when you watch the Divergent movie and you're one of the Divergents, and I don't fucking... When you're a virgin, it's a neurovergent. Virgin? In Ukraine, they still call it R word. I don't think we use that word at all. We use degenerate, I guess, but that's... Our mental health is very bad. So, but it's interesting. I don't know. Like, you just don't hear about it. I guess in America it's such a big subject. You constantly hear about it, but in reality it affects a percentage of people, and nobody here talks about it, and I don't hear about it at all, right? And you rarely see people are like actually crazy. You see them, but very rarely. So I don't know. I think it's like, you know, very very interesting. I think it's like a cultural thing in most of the part. Like like people who say that they're like have some mental disorder, in most of the cases they don't have it. I don't know. In America it's like a weird fucking like. In America it's like it's not about the language thing. In America people want to, what is it called? Yes, exactly. In America, it's like there was this cool phrase that I've heard like years and years ago. Maybe it's not nice to say anymore, but it's like it's like Victim Olympics or something like that. It's like basically. In order it's like culture of pitying. Oppression Olympics, something like that. I don't know. It's like basically, if you're white and you're in like a group of woke people, and in that group you have other white people, they will disregard you if you don't have some kind of disability, or if you're not a part of minority group. It's like minority Olympics, whatever, right? So if you're white, you can't be a minority on the virtue of your skin color, so you have to come up with some other shit that you need to be a minority of. Oh, I'm a straight bisexual, right? Or or it's like I have 10 different mental illnesses, or I'm vegan, lesbian, male who identifies as a he him. but no, but I'm rather I was born biologically male, but I lived my whole life as a female, and now I'm a double transgender person. You know what I mean? It's like unless you have some tag, some groups, I'm not saying all of them, but some groups will be like upset with you that you're like privileged, and it doesn't matter if you weren't privileged. You know what I mean? It's like it's going to be like systemic. It's so weird to me because like they will disregard your opinion. Let's say I'm white. I'm a white male, right? They will say you're a white male, and therefore I disregard your opinion, and you're privileged. And you're gonna say, well, I don't have, like, I'm not earning a lot of money, I'm not rich or whatever. They're gonna say, well, it doesn't matter. You're still benefiting from systemic racism or like oppression or whatever. You're still systemically privileged. But as soon as you're gonna say you're lesbian or you're gay or some other marginalized group, all of a sudden you don't have that privilege, even though you could have lived your whole life as a non-gay person, and then you recognize that you were gay. Right? It's like so weird. It's like it's so easy to apply a tag. Я тебя ненавижу только потому, что ты русский. Да, ты тварь ебучая. Съебался с моей нахуй, с моего чата, блядь. Страну вашу разнесем и всех трахнем в сраку. Пиздуй отсюда, уебище, блядь. Biden said people like you are the problem in this world. People like me. Bearded people. A beard person. I identify as a beard person. I'm not trying to clown on people who like unironically and actually have like what is it called, like gender dysphoria or something like that, that don't feel comfortable in their own body. There's definitely people like that. I think it sucks that people who are not that pretend to be that, and just for like some social points. I think it's kind of weird, but at the end of the day, I don't give a fuck. It doesn't happen in Ukraine, so you guys, you do you. It's just obscure, you know? But I guess you solved all of your... It doesn't happen in Ukraine because you haven't seen it? No, people don't like apply like tags and stuff like that. They don't use language in that way. That's what I meant. I'm not saying that there's no transgender people in Ukraine. I'm saying that people don't pretend to be that, you know, for some social points, because it doesn't give you any social points. I think that happens everywhere, like people just assigning themselves like some yeah, I mean, yeah, sure, there's gonna be like one person or maybe 10 people or 100 people that do that. Is that a sizable amount of people? Like, when you compare it to countries like America, I don't think so. Is it in a public discourse? No. Was it before the war? No. Guys, don't give me scenarios that are happening 1 in a million. It doesn't matter. We don't accommodate people who have in society. We don't accommodate people who are like 1% or 1% or 1%. Ultra minorities basically don't exist for society. Do you believe climate change is greatly sped up because of humans? It's hard for me to say if it's greatly. It's definitely speed up. Do I give a fuck about it? No. I'm sure we will figure it out. I wish we had a tablet that you would just take and you would be perfectly female or perfectly male and you could switch at any moment. I think that would be fantastic. So all this fucking discussion would just be over. But then I know it's not going to be over. There's going to be people, well, I actually am a real woman. I was born that way. I didn't take the pill. But I guess if it's like undetectable, then you just don't have to tell anyone. But I know people will. I don't know. It's just fucking weird. Well, we'll always come up with some bullshit to be fucking obnoxious and annoying. People just can't fucking let go, you know? So enough is done to counter the problems which climate change will cause? No, but there will always be enough done in the future. Like, it might not be enough for now, but we're moving towards it. I just don't give a fuck. I don't know. I don't care. Is intersex that is bisexual but white and born in a rich family privileged or not? Well, Thompson, money is the real fucking shit in this world. If you're rich, you're privileged. That's it. End of the day. It doesn't matter. You can be fucking walking with a prolapse in your fucking ass and it can be like a fucking tail growing out of your ass and you can be a millionaire. You're still a privileged degenerate. Okay, damn, thank you for opinion. No, I just like, I feel like humanity is not fucking stupid as a whole, right? We come up with so much new cool shit. It's like, don't worry about it. We're not gonna burn the planet until we fucking die. You watch too many fucking dystopian films, okay? Every year there's a fucking fire in Siberia in degenerate fucking Russia that they don't have the means to put out, and it puts so much dog shit in the atmosphere as fucking 10 years of people industry, okay? So don't be too much, don't be hung up on that topic too much. Or the fire in Australia, okay? Focus on pressing matters. People discussing gender shit on the internet, 95% are out of touch with normal society. Yeah, but you can blame politics for that. They're politicizing these topics because there's no definitive answer, and they're distracting people. Everyone who is a politician and they talk about trans issues, abortions, gay rights, and all of that shit, they're only trying to distract you from things that truly matter. And those usually like unironically, like Trump fucking dipshit fans, they're always starting these discussions. And the left is like very susceptible to that. Oh yeah, we'll prove you wrong, you fucking Nazi. And it's just like, oh my God, just don't engage with them at all. It's like they're just trying to distract you. You shouldn't say that in my chat. I think that's a bad word, first of all. And second of all, I'm not against trans people. I'm not against them. I'm against people who are constantly making that as a big issue in any country. It's not a big issue. It affects a very small amount of people, and those people should just do whatever the fuck they want, okay? And stop talking about it. Focus on other stuff. There's plenty of problems to solve in every country. Trans issues is not one of them. Culture wars were created by rich people to get the masses distracted. Look into it. Bro, everyone who says look into it is a fucking moron, okay? It was not created by rich people to get the masses distracted. The fuck are you talking about? Culture wars always existed. Now the politicians are trying to distract you with from other political issues that are important, but those are politicians who basically work in the interest of your enemy, not your country. Climate change is one of those issues as well. Bro, just trust in the science, okay? Of course, I would say that, of course, also be very careful. There would be like bad actors that would use climate change as their platform to do some bullshit. Just hold politicians accountable. And if you see a politician who truly believes that we need to move towards green energy, that's good. Vote for him or whatever. If that's the issue you care about, I think that's important. But when politicians are like, the only thing they're doing are just talking about fucking like kids turning gay and trans parades. It's just like, or like, I don't know, it's just so weird to me. I hope Thompson's techno-optimist comes true, but most likely it won't. How can you believe that it won't? You motherfucker, literally a fucking year ago, we couldn't even conceive of something like ChatGPT being at the fingertips of in our fucking computers. And it improves so much. The fucking AI shit is the boom of this new technology. You can't even know what's gonna happen in like 2 years. They could like unironically make AGI and it will start learning by itself and it's gonna solve all of our shit. You just can't know that. How can you say that we will never, like, you just don't know. I have proven I don't know either, but ChatGPT doesn't know what it's saying. I know what you're saying. I'm talking about AGI. Which, you know, it happened again. What happened again? Not surprised. I did it. Because countries like Russia, India, and China will fuck it up if you do it right. Bro, countries like China, India, and Russia, well, I wouldn't put Russia in the same fucking spot, but China was super in favor. They're having different programs to try and develop like better... Here's the thing. When you're a country and you're polluting, people are getting sick, that is additional strain on your system. Like people who pollute in China, not gonna pollute in America. They polluting in their atmosphere. They breathe that in, okay? You see smog over the fucking Hong Kong, not fucking New York. You understand what I'm saying? I mean, you see it over New York, but it's not the same smog. Do you know what do you know what I mean? So the governments are interested in people not getting sick and people being more productive and shit like that. The technology will be here. Like, the reason we had combustion engines and now we have electric cars is the reason that technology just got better at it, and now it's better overall, right? So I wouldn't worry about it. I honestly wouldn't worry about it. Trust a little bit in the process, okay? Like, there's just like the ceiling for these things are just much higher, right? Nobody wants to breathe fucking yikes fumes, okay? Nobody wants to breathe carcinogens. Just because some companies are interested in peddling gas, or like some countries are interested in peddling gas, it's the minority, okay? Most people understand that shit. CO2 is global, not local. I know what you're saying, which is kind of true, but it's like, you know, when you notice it, when you see it, it's a very different perception for a person, in my opinion. I asked ChatGPT the most important question of all. He didn't know the answer. The answer is yes, I did. Fuck your mother. China's working hard to pollute less and they go fast. Yeah. CO2 is plant food. Look into it. Are you a fucking plant, you fucking stupid fucker? I don't give a fuck about plants. I care about me and only me. It's all about me. I'm not a plant, okay? It's not like we're getting rid of all CO2 in the world. That'd be kind of interesting, though. I think we have like CO2 traps or something like that. No CO2. Also, plants could evolve, right? They could evolve breathing oxygen. So, anyway. Also, am I wrong? Isn't like most of the oxygen produced is produced by algae? Is algae breathes CO2? They do? Or yes, what? We have air from algae. They are breathing oxygen. Swamps with algae produce the most CO2. Okay, whatever. I don't care. I don't care. I don't give a fuck. I'm sorry, guys. I just don't care. You know? I'm a little bit more optimistic than you. I honestly don't believe in this, like, evil cabal of fucking energy companies killing everyone around them. It's not... I don't believe in that. I think that most of those companies understand that the future is behind renewable energy, and they just... It's going to be the same companies just selling renewable energy instead. Like...
Topson carbon based.
I am, that's true. Just like you. So, isn't that already happening? Like companies that do fossil fuels, they invest heavily into renewable energy. Like it's just a smart thing to do. You know? Like makes sense.
I would be guzzling buckets of his cum.
Tagento resubscribed for 14 months.
Thank you. You think the stream is your ally? Oh, I was born in it. Thank you for subbing. I appreciate it. I think we're pretty safe in Europe. If nothing changed, billions of people in Africa and maybe India will suffer hard from global warming. Warning. Didn't a lot of people in Europe died from overheating because of the heat wave? Some of you Europeans need to fucking buy ACs, bro. That's cringe. I've been to Germany, no ACs. You guys are fucking making ACs. How can you not have ACs? It's like the weirdest fucking thing I've seen. Yeah, you can apparently, but you don't. I don't know. I don't know why. I think the technology will improve across different things. Like for example, I've seen this interesting startup in France that uses sound waves to heat up and cool your home, and it's like a heat pump but based on sound waves, which is way more energy efficient, doesn't have moving parts and stuff like that. So it's going to be like stuff like that. So the energy efficiency of your household is going to be higher, right? Which would allow which would allow for consuming less energy, and then stuff like that. Who's gonna pay for it? Pay for what? Putting a heat pump in your house? You're the cuck. You're gonna pay. Is it in the frequency we can't hear? Yeah, it's in a drum. It produces, obviously it produces sound, but it's even quieter than the regular heat pump. But it's a startup, you can't really buy it. You can invest in it, but you can't really buy it. I just heard it's a cool technology, but I would love to buy something like that, but they're not selling them yet, I guess. But still, like, getting a heat pump for your home is more energy efficient than having other means of energy heating your home, especially if you use earth heat pump. It doesn't matter. So what? The rich are the ones that get the newest, coolest shit. It's been always like that in the history of humanity. But those rich people, they finance the first wave, and then it becomes way more readily available. Only rich people had access to fucking healthcare, and then they were sponsoring and funding that, and it became like economy of scale. And non-rich people were able to afford it too. Just like with everything else. The first smartphones were extremely expensive, and then it became readily available. Poor people still don't have AC in Europe. AC, you can buy AC for $200. It's just about like prioritization of your funds, like Jesus. Finally, here's something smart. Bro, I haven't had a single bad take ever. Then go bankrupt in energy bills? Well, that's a different question. You don't need it in most of the Europe? Bro, didn't you guys had a heat wave and you were fucking dying? There's a reason why I usually watch the stream on mute. Shut the fuck up, bro. I still have your postcard. Anyway, you guys need to be a little bit more optimistic, okay? About the future. And this is a guy that lives in a country where missiles are flying over my head, okay? Take notes. It's like F1 tech. A lot of systems in cars today were first developed for F1 and then are now in Corollas. There you go. Where I live, AC is a waste of money, and it's only 1-2 days when it's hot in the summer. You can also heat your house, you know, it can do both, so. Anyway, it's too late, guys. I gotta go. Have you ever seen a missile flying? No. You kind of got me there. Anyway, guys, thank you for being on the stream. Hope you enjoyed. Tune in tomorrow. I stream every day. Subscribe. Support me on Patreon, especially on Patreon. Patreon pays me the biggest percentage out of all of these platforms. So if you want to subscribe to me, it's better to do it on Patreon. That's the best platform for that. You also get additional content there. What about Kick? I don't have payments set up on Kick. It doesn't work in Ukraine. Cringe. Join Discord.